It is time for us to knock out an interesting group of states as we wind down. This is the second to last video before the Ultimate State video that we will have culminating all the winners of all the state videos previously into one massive video. But how about the four corners today? Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, four states that combine to have a lot of teams, no powerhouses, no like blue bloods, no out and out, these are the schools that are going to dominate. Now, if you had to pick favorites in year one, that would be the conference championship matchup here. Utah and Colorado probably have the best head start of all of the schools in this video, but still not, it's not like Oregon, it's not Tennessee, it's not an SEC school, it's not Penn State, it's not Ohio State, it's not one of those big time schools in this game. So even still, Utah, Colorado, I mean, they're on the fringe of the playoffs fighting to get in. It looks like the winner of this game very well could get in, especially in Utah's case being 11-1 and number 14 in the nation with the 6-point lead, as Colorado is going to get the first down there after a broken tackle. Already winding down, 2.5 minutes to go, as that's going to be a grab, and that's going to be, as you'd expect, Travis Hunter with it, and that's going to be a sack on Shedeur, and now Shedeur backed up 3rd and 16. He's gonna let it fly, and look who he's going for, Travis Hunter! Touchdown! And Colorado, probably the villains of this video. A lot of people hate Colorado, so I think there's gonna be a lot of hate watching in this one, and people now rooting for just about anybody against them. Me personally, I don't hate Colorado all that much, but a lot of people do seem to hate them, as with 50 seconds to go, Utah has gotten into field goal range, it looks like, as Cam Rising throwing underneath, caught, turning upfield, and that's definitely good field goal range for them, as they're going to run the football, center it a little bit, and not quite get the first down. 3rd down and inches, handoff right up the middle. They're going to be able to run the clock out, and how about right at the 1-yard line? 25 seconds to go, and they get the touchdown. They did not need to throw the ball. They didn't need to get the touchdown, but they did, as the 2-point conversion's going to get them the 7-point lead. So it's at least going to give Travis Hunter and this offense a chance to do something, but that was not Travis. 16 seconds to play, midfield, and Sanders up the sidelines. That's going to be caught for another big play to the 21-yard line. 10 seconds to go. Sanders, end zone, out the back, who was looking for Hunter, the closest one in the area. 7 seconds to go. Maybe another play or two, and definitely now just a single play to go. 4 seconds to play. Sanders, he gets sacked, and that's going to do it, as they were not able to get that last big play that they needed. Utah took a bit of a risk going for that touchdown at the end there. Could have just kneeled it out, kicked the field goal from the 1-yard line, but they did not. And this is a weird one. Of all the times that I have simulated in this game, I think we're already off to like a weird video start, because what in the heck are we doing? Donovan Edwards Heisman Trophy? Trust me when I tell you, I don't think in the hundreds of seasons I've simulated and the just dozens and dozens of year ones that I have have I ever seen a running back win the Heisman. Not even Genty. And here we go with Donovan Edwards. And not only that, we have to face off against them. Utah at the 4 seed is going to be in the second round, taking on Heisman winner Donovan Edwards, as they're going to be down by 3 as now 4 minutes to play. 3rd down and 2, sweep it outside. And there's going to be a lot of defenders there. Will Johnson getting in for the tackle. 4th down and 5. They're going to kick the long kick, and it's going to be no good. Not going to be able to tie it up, and I guess we'll see what the Heisman winner can do, as Colston Loveland's got the first down there, and they're going to hand it off. Donovan Edwards right up the middle, and Edwards going to get 7, and now go back to him. Edwards gets blown up in the backfield. Now 4th down and 2, they're going for play action. It's a sack, and that's going to be Utah football in great field position. They got another chance at this one. Throwing it outside, caught for the first down, and they're already on the outside field goal range. They missed it from roughly this distance last time, but you got to at least stay there, as that's going to be a sack, and you lost a lot of yards on that one. Lost a 15. 3rd down and 25, middle caught, and he's going to get all those yards back to the 34, 51-yard kick with 30 seconds to play. It's good this time around. So already second game of the video, we're in an overtime matchup, as Michigan with it first. They ran the clock out in the last 30 seconds, as now they're going to go read option, and he's going to step for him, turn upfield, and he gets to the 1-yard line as they hand it off. Donovan Edwards, touchdown. And Utah needs to respond with a score of their own. Rising going to throw underneath. That's going to be caught for a gain of 4. 3rd down and 3. As Rising over the middle again for the first down. And now it's goal to go. Could we be heading to a second overtime as he's going to throw? That's going to be caught and touchdown. Utah ties it up. We're going to overtime number 2, as that's going to be a run, and that'll be a first down to the 13-yard line as they get set up. 2nd down and 9. Rise and play action. End zone. He's got it. Score. And that's a beautiful throw. Now the 2-point conversion. That's going to be good as well, and Utah could be on the verge of pulling this one off. Michigan immediately responds with a goal to go from the 8-yard line after a big gain, as they're going to throw again underneath, caught, and that's not going to go very far. 3rd down and goal from the 5 as they're going to roll. He's going to get sacked, and Michigan could go down here. 4th and goal from the 13. End zone. Touchdown at the back of the end zone. He got his feet in, but they still need the 2-point conversion. They go with Edwards. He's got it. He met a man in the middle, but they are going to go to a shootout as Colston Loveland gets it started with a 2-point conversion. Now Utah immediately gets stonewalled, and it looked like Utah was going to be able to put this one away. A 4th and goal from the 13-yard line. They allow the score. They allow a 2-point conversion. Then they allow another 2-pointer on the shootout, and then they get stopped. So, I mean, everything just flipped at the very last second for them, but a still somewhat successful year 1. Like I said, I don't anticipate as many playoff appearances in this video for a lot of our teams because there's just a lot of nice teams, a lot of nice programs, but no dominant forces to like raise the conference prestige up. You know, there's Colorado and Utah. There's like Arizona State. They're pretty nice. There's some nice teams here, but like, I don't know. This isn't going to be one where we expect a national championship. We hope for one, but we don't expect a national championship in this one. But I think it can happen, especially when you got a conference championship rematch. But the problem is, nobody's going to be in the playoffs, it looks like, as Colorado and Utah are unranked. And this is kind of what I meant, as even though 9-3, you could see 9-3 get in the playoffs. And for Colorado, they're unranked. The issue is, like I said, the conference prestige is not that high because there's no great teams to raise it up. There's a couple of FCS teams, a couple of Mountain West teams, so some lower end teams, as Colorado's got the touchdown there. 6 minutes to play and they take the lead, but there's just going to need to take some time to build up the prestige of this conference and get some of these programs up to that level. So for the first 2 years, it was nice that we seen, you know, Utah go 11-1, win the conference championship, get into a playoff matchup against Michigan and take them to their limits. But in the second season, we're going to see if Colorado can at least avenge their conference championship loss. These games still do very much matter because you're building up that resume, as Colorado is going to see them get a first down inside the 10-yard line with 2 minutes to play. Goal to go from the 1-yard line. That's going to be a touchdown for Utah. And Utah could really pull out in front here with 2 straight conference championships as they get a sack at the 2-minute warning. Now 3rd down and 18, and that's going to be caught. Colorado converts as no Travis Hunter, no Shedeur Sanders, but it seems like they are still very much in this one on 3rd down and 10. Minute to play, and that's going to be knocked away. 4th down and 10. Game potentially on the line here as they're going to get sacked. The running back just couldn't hold the block, and now needing 1 first down to put it away. They're not going to get it. They will, however, get a field goal try out to make it the touchdown game, and it knocks it through. So the 6-point lead. Colorado's got 40 seconds to play. No timeouts. Throwing on the run. That dump off is going to help them out. It looked like maybe he wasn't going to get much, but defender just took a bad angle, and it's going to result in him springing for a nice gain, and now over the middle, as that's going to be caught to the 40-yard line. 20 seconds to play as we jump to 3rd down, and they're getting sacked, and 16 seconds to go, and they got to run back to the line. They can't spike it. It's 4th down. This might be all they have left. They only have time for maybe 1 or 2 plays. 7 seconds to go as they're going to throw it for the first down marker, and it's tipped and incomplete. That means Colorado, hey, if you hate Colorado, you're having a fun time in this one. 0-2 in conference championships, but that's going to result in no playoff appearances. We only had, I think, 1 team even in the top 25, but still important to get them there. Actually, Colorado got into the top 25. I don't know how that happened. You know, they won their bowl game, but like they lost the conference championship. I don't know. That they ended up number 22 in the nation, though, at a 10-win season. Still, though, no conference championship to their name, while Utah, with the playoff appearance, 2 conference championships, And we're seeing some of these other schools. BYU usually gets nice recruiting classes. Arizona, Southern Utah with a 54th ranked recruiting class. That's pretty nice. But as you can see, a lot of schools down here outside the top 100. And as the conference championship rolls into next year, we do have some playoff implications here if Arizona can take care of Colorado. So Colorado, 3 straight appearances. They got 2 straight losses to their name. Also, Colorado State, 15th in the country at 9-3. You know, maybe 1 extra win on their resume could have catapulted them into a conference championship and a playoff appearance, but that's not to be. But still nice to see like 4+ teams getting into the top 25 as Arizona is here with Noah Fifita still at quarterback. And now with the 7-point lead, 3rd down and 8, 5.5 to go. Fifita is going to throw outside. Caught and no, it got knocked away at the last second. He had it in his hands, but it was knocked away, and that's a huge stop for Colorado. Problem is, they got sacked, and now they're backed up 3rd and 14 and almost threw an interception as now Arizona takes the punt. Great field position for them. Draw gets them 2, 3rd down and 8, 4.5 to go. Fifita with time that just ran out because nobody got open. That's great coverage down the field as Arizona's gonna get a safety. They punt it right back, playing the field position game, and it results in a 2-score lead as even though Arizona gets 3 and out, it's gonna be Colorado with the football in a 2-score deficit with just 3 minutes to play. There's gonna be a flag down on the play, so we're gonna check that one out. But with the 9-point deficit, this one looks to be on Colorado. No, it's gonna be on Arizona, roughing the passer, so that's gonna help out Colorado quite a bit. 43-yard line, and they are gonna get sacked as things are slowly starting to slip away. 3rd down and 10, and he's gonna go down again. Coverage holding up great. Colorado has 0 sacks to their name, while Arizona has 5. And on 4th down, they're gonna get stopped. And I mean, I don't even know if that was a fumble. It doesn't matter regardless, as you know, he was gonna get stopped short, but that's going to just be tacking on more insult to injury. Colorado, how about 0-3 in conference championships? And I mean, when you see that happen, it's only a matter of time before you start slipping down the pecking order. Arizona, meanwhile, does slide into the playoffs, just barely at that 12 seed. They're going to be taking on Tennessee here. And while Arizona is basically the underdogs of the tournament, they are in front right now ahead of an SEC opponent on the road. And that's going to be a big play down the middle and a touchdown for Arizona as one play on offense just turns the tide of this game. And it's a 2-score deficit. Still plenty of time for Nico and the Tennessee offense to do something here, but it's going to be up to them to try to at least put some points on the board on this drive. Screen on 3rd down is going to get them past midfield and the 1st down to the 49-yard line as they're throwing outside this time, and that's going to be in very tight coverage, but it was somehow brought in at the 38. Now Nico's going to go down, and he's sacked as it's 3rd and 16 now from the 44. He's going to throw one deep, looking for the end zone, one-on-one, and that ball just too far out the back of the end zone. 4th down at 16. Nico, in the face of pressure, has it caught, and the defender missed the tackle. And even though he caught it, they still could have stopped him shy, but he made a miss. And now Tennessee right back into this one. Goal to go from the 4. Handoff, touchdown. And now with 4 to go, it's Arizona with some pressure put on him. You can't go 3 and out here, but it's looking like they might just do that. 3rd down and 10. Fifita, he's going to try to step up, and he gets sacked. And you go 3 and out. Tennessee, great field position. Momentum slowly starting to turn if they can get going on this drive. 3rd down and 9 from midfield. 2:30 to go. Nico in the face of pressure is just going to throw it away. 4th down and 9. They're going for 2:30 to play as they're going to trust the offense as Nico throws it. Caught! He had time, and that was good hold up by the offensive line to give him the time. Now draw play at the 2-minute warning is going to get them the 1st down. How about now at the 18-yard line? Handoff right up the middle. And a 1st down and goal from the 2. Now 2nd and goal at the 3. Nico, he's going to tuck and run it. Touchdown, Tennessee, and they make the 14-point comeback. Arizona now has been ice cold on offense, but they're going to test a shot. Dave, he's got it! And in one play, they turn the tides again as the run outside is going to get them into the red zone. And Tennessee can only watch them run the clock down and kick a game-winning field goal as Arizona, it looked like everything was going to be all Tennessee after that 14-point comeback, but Arizona did just what they had to do at the last possible moment to steal that game, and they're moving on to the 2nd round against the number 4 ranked 12-1 Kansas State team as the pressure's getting in, and that's going to be a sack to back them up. Now 8 minutes to play from midfield. Arizona has been really doing a good job playing the field position game in their entire run this year, as in the conference championship, the game against Tennessee, and now this one, they've done a good job holding field position. They constantly have the ball at the 40 and beyond while their opponents get it inside their own 20, as on 3rd down and 3, maybe Kansas State could start to move the thing forward a little bit and actually, get onto the opponent's side of the field, and at the very least, if you're not going to convert here, back them up a little bit, as it's looking like they're not going to convert. He threw it away, though. Even still, though, they're going to be at the 35-yard line with the football, as they're going to throw over the middle, caught on the run, and there he goes into enemy territory to the 34-yard line. In this tie game, field goal range has been achieved, and they are getting themselves closer. 3rd down and 1 from the 26. That's going to be another first down on the ground, but he fumbles the football, and the ball on the ground, and Kansas State has it. And Kansas State with a massive play to force that fumble, and now on the RPO has themselves 15 yards, and Arizona, gotta be heartbreaking for them as Kansas State with a big shot into enemy territory, and not only that, the 25-yard line, but 3rd down and 7 is hit, throw on the run, it's caught at the 2-minute warning, but no first down as the field goal is going to be through, and Kansas State gets exactly what Arizona was looking to get on their last possession, that field goal, and Arizona starts their drive off with a 20-yard gain, and now 3rd down and 2, got the first down into enemy territory. There was just 40 seconds to play. 2nd down and 1, Fifita outside, first down again to the 29. Now 36 seconds to play as Fifita, after the spike, has a completed pass, broke a tackle, but just 5 yards. 22 seconds to play. 3rd down and 5 as Fifita throwing. He's got it down to the 5, and they're going to go for the field goal. They could have maybe taken some shots at the end zone, but they are going to take overtime, and we are back here in playoff overtime already again, as Utah got here against Michigan in year 1, but couldn't get the job done. Now it's Arizona's turn in the 2nd round, as Kansas State's going to have to settle for a field goal. Arizona can win it here as they're going to throw. Little swing pass, and on the first play, Arizona wins it, walking off with a touchdown, as it took them one play from the 25-yard line, a swing pass, and the defense was not ready for it, and inexplicably, Arizona in year 3 is on to the semifinals, and can they actually pull off a national championship appearance from the 12 seed, as they're taking on a 9-seeded Penn State in the Rose Bowl. 9-10, low-scoring game, but Arizona has it to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 9, the draw play. Gets Gus blocking, and he's going to have it 3rd down and inches. They're going to go with the I formation, run it. He's got the first down, just barely fought for it, as they're going to run it again. Now another fumble, and this time Arizona scoops it up, and that was almost disastrous as Fifita outside. Now he's got a goal to go, and the first down at the 4-yard line. 4.5 to play. Taking a lot of time on this drive. Fifita in the face of pressure. Touchdown. Arizona's got the lead. 2-point conversion is gonna be good. 7-point lead with 4.5 to go, and Penn State needs a touchdown drive in this already low-scoring game, as they're going to start with a first down run. Now 2nd down and 6, outside, caught for the first down, and could we actually see a 12-seed Arizona team make a national championship appearance in year 3, as it's very rare we get to see a national championship appearance from one of our teams in the first 3 years, as that's going to be Penn State. Want to grab a contested coverage and keep on moving. At minute 14 to go, 24-yard line, that's going to be caught, and he's got it, goal to go. Penn State for the tie. 1 minute to play, and it's intercepted! Arizona jumped in, and they're taking it back the other way, and Arizona is not going to be caught. Only 19 can get him, but he's not going to. Touchdown! And Arizona is going to a national championship on a pick 6 with under a minute to go. How have we gotten here of all teams? Arizona and Noah Fifita, they're taking on Alabama, and it's still a 1-score game at this point in time. 24-16, Alabama on top, but they got the football and now in enemy territory with it. 44-yard line, 7 to go, play action, as they're going to throw. Middle cut for the first down, turning it up inside the 30-yard line to the 29, as they're going to drop on 1st and 10, taking a shot for the end zone. He's got to step, and that's a touchdown! And Alabama with the 2-score lead. Arizona has fought this hard and gotten this far, and they are not going to get a third down conversion. Fourth down with 6 minutes to play in their own territory, and they're gonna have it, and Arizona just keeps on coming back, and that's gonna be an 83-yard touchdown on 4th and 11 to keep their dreams alive, as now they're gonna be on a potential 3-and-out watch, as they're gonna throw it, and it's gonna be deflected at the line. Arizona's getting the football back, and if they can pull this one off, what a comeback it would be to take down a 14-1 Alabama team, down by 2 scores in the fourth quarter, but he's getting sacked. Fafita is going to be backed up to 2nd and 18. Play action again, and the play action's just not working. They had a free rusher, 3rd and 27. Screen is incomplete. 4th and 27, they just pumped the football. They're going to trust their defense to get one more stop for them, give them one more opportunity. Alabama with the first there, 2-minute warning as hit, and they're going to run it right up the middle, and he's got to land. He's going to be chased, but he's not going to be caught. Touchdown, Alabama. And that could be your dagger, as they're going to need a miracle in this one, but Arizona has been prone to pulling off matches that they shouldn't be having any business of winning, as with a minute to go, they're going to need a touchdown, an onside kick, another touchdown, and a 2-point conversion, but they are slowly inching their way closer for that first touchdown, as they got it into the red zone at the 16-yard line, and they're throwing, end zone, touchdown, and they're not done yet, but they need the onside kick, and it's up in the air, but scooped up by Alabama, and Arizona fought their hearts out entirely through this playoff run and did such a great job, but in the end, it was just too much talent to overcome. I mean, that's still wildly impressive that they got that far. Like I said before, it's very rare that we see one of our teams make the national championship in the first 3 years, especially if they're not like a powerhouse school. But Arizona maybe has staked their claim as the team to beat in this video with that national championship appearance, and obviously that's going to result in their players getting a lot better, a little bit better in the recruiting side of things, 2nd best class in the conference. Well, you see some other teams, Colorado State, Weber State also were in the top 25 by season's end. You know, we got some teams in the mix, and here we go. How about Colorado State, number 9 in the country, Arizona number 7, Arizona State number 20, Weber State 18, and now Utah and Colorado. I mean, 8 and 9 win seasons have been what they were getting before, but that's not enough anymore. Arizona and Colorado State are 10-win teams, and Colorado State 24-24 with the football in this conference championship, trying to get their first conference championship victory, in Arizona trying to go back-to-back as they're gonna get sacked. And now 3rd down at 50 from the 35-yard line. Colorado State with a very clean pocket, a lot of time. Somebody's got to get open, and nobody does. That's incredible coverage from Arizona's defense, and they're gonna have to settle for the field goal. Kick is gonna be good, so Colorado State still gets the lead with 7 minutes to play, and Arizona trying to get back to that national championship, but a fumble immediately is gonna give Colorado State the football back. And Arizona, there's been one issue, they got some fumbling troubles, and Colorado State touchdown. It's a 2-score lead, and just like that, Arizona down by 10, and now 3rd down and 2, needing to get that first down. They are gonna do just that, and they're gonna get it to the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 6 now from the 44. Play action, throwing underneath. He is going to fight ahead, and he got the first down right at midfield. 5 minutes to play, needing at least to get a field goal on this drive. They got a lot of time in the pocket, just a 3-man rush, and they got like 7 dudes in the block. He's eventually gonna find somebody open. When he got 3 on 7 blocking, you should have all the time in the world, as now inside the 5-yard line, goal to go. 4 minutes to play. They're doing a great job clawing themselves back into this one after that fumble, as they're gonna have the touchdown, and there's plenty of time left. 3.5 to go. 3rd down and 4. Will Colorado State go 3 and out? No, they will not. What a grab along the sidelines. 2:40 to play, as this will probably take us to the 2-minute warning, as they're gonna get the first down. 2-minute warning has hit. 2nd down and 3 as timeout gets burned after a loss of 1. 3rd down and 4. Game on the line here, and that's going to be caught. And Arizona doesn't have much time left in them, as that's going to be broken tackles. And Colorado State with the dagger run. What a run there. And I don't think they're content with just nailing it. I don't think they could have nailed it, but they go for the touchdown and win it by 2 scores. That was a little unnecessary, but I guess they were trying to fight for committee points or whatever. I mean, whatever it was, they got that number 4 seed, and they have a first round by Arizona. Meanwhile, has to go the long way, but they've done it last year, and they'll try to do it again. They're taking on USC. The issue is they're down by 14, and this Arizona team perennially been down by, you know, anywhere from 7 to 14 points in every single one of their games, it feels like, that we spectate them, but they always keep on coming back to make it a game, but it's not looking like they're going to be able to do it this time, as USC gets stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 17. You got to stop here. Maybe you got a chance that they're going to throw the screen out, and with 17 yards to go, you're not going to get it. And now Arizona, 6 minutes to play. Time is running out, and you got to put the ball in the end zone now. 3rd down and 19 from the 12. Throwing it deep, and it is going to be tipped and incomplete. 4th and 19. Well, you got to go for it here, as they're going to throw incomplete. And USC looks like they're going to squeeze the life out of Arizona, and they're going to throw on the run incomplete. But I mean, regardless, it's going to be a field goal try. That kick is going to give them the 3-score lead, and Arizona with 4 minutes to play, I mean, we're at least going to take a peek, just because this team has been prone to pulling off some crazy wins, but not today. 44-31 is your final. Arizona punched in a touchdown late, but USC just had all the answers, and they go down in round 1, as now Colorado State takes on Texas A&M. In the second round, A&M was the 12 seed, and they got the victory in round 1, but Colorado State, after that conference championship victory, is trying to push themselves into a national championship appearance, but A&M with the big strike over the middle into enemy territory, and they got the 2-point lead with the football and the first down run with 6 minutes to play. Now in the red zone, 3rd and 7, as he's going to throw. Again, that's going to be knocked away by the linebacker, as that's going to be a field goal try, and we are still going to be in a 1-score game. So let's see if the Colorado State offense has something for us to try to push themselves to a semifinals appearance, as that's going to be a draw play, and that's blown up. And now 3rd down and 14, as they're going to throw. That's a very clean pocket there. 3-man rush. You got 5 to block, and eventually somebody gets open, and there you go, to the 40-yard line of the enemy territory. 33-yard line now as they run it outside. He's going to get a block and gets around the edge, and what a block from the receiver to hold the edge like that. That's why you get receivers who can block. 3rd down and goal from the 1. That's a touchdown to take the lead. 2-point conversion for the field goal lead. Offensive line does a phenomenal job and gives him the time he needs. Offensive line was great. Their blocking was great. Overall, the receivers did their job, and Colorado State, with just a minute to play, could be on the brink of that semifinals appearance, but Texas A&M trying to at least take this to overtime. They're quickly at the 46-yard line as they're throwing middle, caught short, gain, fumble! That ball's on the ground, and it's Colorado State football, and they might have just made the play that they needed to seal it, as this running back's gonna get the first down on a broken tackle, and Colorado State does everything they need to at the end there. That was just great stuff. The blocking from the receivers, the fight from the running back, the ability from the defense to punch that football out. Now it's time for Colorado State to take down the team that took out Arizona. It's going to be USC. Colorado State for a chance at the national championship. Can Colorado State follow what Arizona did and make it all the way? USC with the 4-point lead, but it's 3rd down, and they're going to get sacked. How about a nice little 3-and-out, as they're threatening to go 3-and-out themselves, but they're not going to. The run game has been amazing for this Colorado State team, but that gets blown up. USC ready for that one. 3rd and 14. So they're going to have to trust the passing game, and that was just swarming. I mean, that was like 4 dudes got in there. As with 2 minutes to play, that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And now it's a new set of downs. They have all their timeouts, but you can't allow many runs like that. 1st down. How about you stop them one more time? But they're not going to. And USC, I mean, this is just one of the issues of what we were going on early in this video, as it's just a talent difference. And, you know, I am very, very much impressed with some of these teams, though. Arizona and Colorado State getting themselves to a national championship and a semifinals appearance this early on. Arizona now is like a pretty nice team, 87 overall. Colorado State has climbed themselves up. I mean, even Colorado is still good. They're just not thriving. Same thing with Utah right now. They're not able to match what they did in year 1. Arizona State with the top recruiting class. BYU still putting up nice recruiting classes, and you know, teams are now slowly starting to creep up year by year. Now we have most of the teams in the top 100, as this year, Utah, how about that? Back in the mix. Colorado State and Arizona 11 and 12 on the outside looking into the conference championship, because the team that did make it was the team that just had the best recruiting class in the conference this past offseason, Arizona State at number 10, and Arizona State has a 32-27 lead. I can say that I like the variety that we are seeing with a lot of different teams getting involved here, as Arizona State trying to go up by 2 scores, but they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Risky. Coley faked the pitch, but he should have just pitched it. I don't think there was any faking to go on there. Utah is going to get a huge break there and have an opportunity, as the screen is going to get him a first down, as they just need that touchdown to take the lead, as Arizona State could have kicked the field goal. It would have been an 8-point game, still a 1 score. I can't fault them for going for it, but I can fault the decision making of the play call and the decision of the quarterback not to pitch it, as now 3rd down and 11. The defense could really bail him out here, as he's going to throw on the run. That's going to be a first down on the catch and run, and with 4 minutes to play, Utah with the speed option of their own. There you go. That's how you pitch it, and a broken tackle in the first down. That's how you run a speed option, as with 3 to go, and right up the middle, he's got the first down and goal to the 6-yard line. 2:40 to play. Utah stepping up, throwing. He couldn't get the football off, and now it's 3rd down and goal from the 6, and that's caught on the slant. Touchdown, Utah, for the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game, and that is caught, but they don't give it to him, as he got stopped right at the line. So now 33-32, Arizona State. What a grab! Are you kidding me? How did he bring that one in a one-on-one? As now Arizona, there's a flag down. Arizona State might have gotten themselves a massive play in their favor. That's pass interference, and now they're in field goal range. And how about getting it even closer? They're in chip shot field goal range. Utah, in 2 plays, has watched their conference championship dreams potentially faded away, but they are going to have the football with an opportunity, and with 1:10 to go, needing to get into field goal range. They have no timeouts, and that's how you start the drive there. How about at the 39-yard line after an 18-yard gain? As 56 seconds to go. They got time, but no one's getting open, and pressure's eventually going to get in. You got to get open down the field. 3rd down and 24, and that's going to be caught. It doesn't do much for him. It's still 4th and 18 with the game on the line. They're throwing it. It's knocked away, and the safety came over with an amazing hit to knock that ball free. And how about Arizona State grabbing a conference championship, getting themselves into a 1st round bye? And now, unfortunately for the teams that were on the outside looking in, Colorado State and Arizona, they were, I believe I said 11 and 12. Well, they didn't make it in. Utah takes the 11th spot after their conference championship loss. They're taking on Georgia. Impressively enough, they are putting up a fight against one of the best teams consistently in the nation every single year, as Georgia, with the 24-24 game, has their defense out there and is watching Utah march down the field from the 40-yard line. He breaks a tackle, and even still breaking a tackle, loses 5 yards on the run. 2nd and 15, run it again, and he gets by a defender, and there you go, getting yourself into field goal range. 3rd down and 5 to play, as a slant route caught, and now you're definitely in a position to take the lead here right outside the red zone. 2nd and 12, as he's going to break 1, not 2 sacks. Defenders were everywhere. 3rd and 18, play action. Just don't take a sack here. He doesn't, and instead he delivers a throw that gets it to 4th and inches. I mean, I really felt like you could have went for it, especially because you missed the chip shot field goal, and Georgia might have just caught the break of all breaks there. You missed that kick. And now Georgia is at the very least going to be looking for overtime, but they can win this game here. They're not going to with that drive, as it's going to be 4th down, but now Utah needs to go down the field and do it all over again. And they got less time in their back pocket, but they still have all their timeouts as they're going to run. He's breaking a sack, not 2. This Georgia pass rush is everywhere. 3rd and 19. They're just going to run the football, be content with taking overtime, and that's where we will go. Overtime now, as Utah feels like they probably shouldn't even be here, because they shouldn't. They should have hit that kick. 3rd down and 9, as they're going to throw. He's not going to be able to get away. Whoever that star defensive player is a monster right now for Georgia, just getting sacks left and right, as it's going to be a field goal. This time they do knock it through, but Georgia can win it here, as they're going to go immediately with an 8-yard gain to the 17-yard line. Play action, as the running back's wide open in the flats. He's got it inside the 10 and down to the 5. Goal to go, as they can end it here, and they get down to the 1 for the game. They're throwing it, and I don't know why they're throwing it. He gets sacked, and now they're going to go for the field goal. We're going to a second overtime. They'll have it first this time around. First play, a second overtime. Taking a shot. That's a touchdown. And Georgia immediately with the score. 25 yards out in the two-point conversion. He'll have an easy lane to walk in. And Utah needs to get the touchdown and the two-point conversion. They're going to try to take a shot, and that's going to be incomplete. Flag is down, and that's going to be pass interference. So they'll get the ball at about the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. It's basically goal to go, and they're going to get sacked. 2nd and 22 turns to 3rd and 18, and they're going to throw out of bounds, throwing it away. 4th and 18, your last try to move on, and they're going to go for the end zone touchdown, and they somehow pulled that one out, but you need the two-point conversion, and you're not going to get it. So even though you pull a 4th and 18 touchdown out of nowhere, you still lose because you couldn't get the two-point conversion, and that's going to be how Utah's season ends. 0-2 in playoff games and 0-2 in overtime games, as they just cannot get it done at the very end. Arizona State, meanwhile, they are going to be taking on Texas in the second round after their first round bye. And Arizona State with a nice play there on 3rd and 17 to convert, as it's 17-14. Arizona State is now in position to potentially tie this game up. 3rd down and 5. They want the lead, though, as they're going to get the first down, keep it going to the 26. 7 minutes to play. Play action. And now floating one off the sidelines on the wheel route, and it's a touchdown. And that's going to be the lead, as Texas has got the first down themselves to start their drive at the 45-yard line. 6 minutes to play. Screen set out, gets a block, and he has got it to the 43. 5 minutes to play as they're throwing middle. Curl route right there for the tight end to get themselves in field goal range, but they're down by 4. You need a touchdown here and a sack for Arizona State. It's 3rd and 13 as they set up the screen. They're content with taking the field goal, it looks like, as it's going to make it a 1-point deficit. Kick is off the upright, so never mind. Kick hits the post, and it's going to remain a 4-point game. That's huge for Arizona, as if they hit that field goal, it would have been a 1-score game, even if they scored a touchdown still. So now with just 2 minutes to play, they're running the football. 3rd down for the game, handoff, and they're going to get it, as Texas, it looked like it didn't matter if they hit the field goal or not, because Arizona takes the football, runs out the clock. And how about this? 3 straight years, 3 different teams make the semifinals or further. Arizona State takes on Georgia, as Georgia has the football up by 5 with 6.5 to play, and the swing screen out is going to get them to 3rd and 1, already at the opponent 36-yard line. Play action, rolling out. He's got 2 open men there. He hits one of them for the first down. 5 minutes to play at the 25-yard line. Middle, that's going to be caught in a lot of intersecting slant routes. One of them, again, got open. 18-yard line, as the drag route now has got the first down. Goal to go at the 6. And they need to stop him here, as that's going to be caught right at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal, quick drop, and he's going to try to run for it. He gets sacked. 3rd down and goal, needing to force the field goal here, but he's not going to be able to get off the field because Georgia catches that one, and Arizona State now down by 12, and you need to score a touchdown here, but you're running out of time, and now it's already 4th down and 8. 3 minutes to play, incomplete, and Georgia is going to just keep on running the football and tacking on more yardage. 2-yard line, quick drop, and outside for the tight end. He's got it, and another touchdown, and that's gonna do it. Somehow, some way, as I sim the rest of the game, the game ended up being 54-21. I don't know how in the hell that happened, but yeah, it didn't look good by the end for Arizona State. So unfortunate there, but I'm still impressed with these teams. They're kind of proving me wrong. I said I didn't expect a national championship. Well, if you make the semifinals every single year, you're bound to have somebody win a national championship if you get to the Final Four. And even though, 3 Final Four appearances, just 1 national championship appearance, that national championship appearance was a loss, it's still also helping the prestige of the conference, helps the prestige of the teams. It raises everybody up to see people succeed. And with it happening this early on, I mean, you get to see Arizona number 8, Colorado State number 6, Arizona State 11, Weber State. It's been ranked. This is a weird. They're ranked at 7 and 5. That's weird. I mean, they've had some weird seasons. I think they were ranked at like 6 and 6 in like one of the first years. I don't even know what's going on. This is just a weird sim so far. But the weird sims are usually the fun ones. So Arizona State, a little rivalry game. Here's Arizona State with the touchdown. and that's going to be 21-14. And now Arizona with the football. Wildcats got it, 3rd down and inches, handing it off. They are going to get the first down with 6 to go. Playoff hopes are on the line for both these teams. If Arizona State loses, they're definitely not getting in. If Arizona loses, they still could get in, but you don't want to take that risk even though you're 11-1, 8th in the country, you don't want to take that risk at all, and you want that first round bye, because if you're in that top 8, top 6, you win that conference championship, you very well could be in the first round bye. Fortunately for them, it's 3rd and 14, and they're stepping up, and they're getting sacked. And now they're going to have to punt the football away to an Arizona State team that has the lead. They're going to get stopped on 2 straight runs for losses. 3rd down and 15. He can't go into the end zone! He fumbled it, and it's into the end zone! Touchdown, Arizona. They just handed them that one. As now intercepted immediately! And what is happening? I'm watching a quarterback completely unravel right now as Arizona State once up by 7, now in a tie game, and Arizona is going to tack on a field goal, and it is good, and now they got the lead. So Arizona State, first play of the next drive, outside, intercepted again! How have they let this happen in like a 5-play span on offense? 2 picks and a scoop and score allowed, and they just handed them that game, and then they missed the playoffs. So it's going to be Colorado State against Georgia. Arizona gets the first round bye. And man, that is just brutal. I don't think the fans of Arizona State are ever going to let that quarterback live that one down. Has Colorado State, meanwhile, 7 minutes to play. They have a 1-point deficit on the road at Georgia, and they are in the red zone. So in a position to take the lead here, but they want 7, what would be a potential 2-point conversion, try to make it 8 points on this drive, as it's going to be 4th down and 1, and it's going to get overturned. Okay, so little referee assistance there to get him that 1st and goal. Throwing outside, and it gets it to the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal turns to 3rd and goal as they go read option, touchdown! And they bid on the running back. Quarterback flies into the end zone. 2-point conversion. That's good. And they get all 8 points on the drive to take a 7-point lead. And Georgia now has under 4.5 to play to do something about it. 35-yard line play action. Deep drop. And he's got the first down on the crosser. And that's going to be in enemy territory. 45-yard line. Throwing underneath on the drag. Turning upfield. There goes the tight end to the 30-yard line. And he gets brought down. And now 3.5 to go. A handoff. Running back's got the first down. He gets upended, and he gets a couple extra yards on that one. And out the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Slant route. Turning it up. Inside the 5. Down to the 3. And now in a position. Tying the game up, and he's got the touchdown. Georgia goes on an awesome drive. Ties it up, and now Colorado State almost just threw an interception. And they make go 3 and out. 3rd down and 10. Blitz sent in. He's rolling. He's going to run for it. He is not got the corner. And Georgia, great pursuit there as they get the ball. Great field position. And now Georgia, it took them 1 play to get on the outside of field goal range. 40-yard line. They maybe need 5 more yards as they're throwing it. Deep, he's got it. He had him beat, and that's a touchdown. Georgia has the lead, and Colorado State has just 40 seconds to play. Quarterback gonna run it. He's got a big run, still going, down to the 43, 29 seconds, and they got the 2 timeouts, so they will throw outside, caught on the curl around, and he's got it to the 36, so they still have some time, still have another big play in them, and down inside the 10 to the 5, 18 seconds to go, no timeouts, and he's got the touchdown, and Georgia takes it to overtime with that final 10 seconds as Colorado State storming into the end zone immediately in overtime. And how have things turned to a 42-35 game? Georgia needs to just quiet things down as it's just been all Colorado State since Georgia took the lead, and that's swatted away. 3rd down and goal from the 4. They need to get it in the end zone. Back in the end zone, it's swatted away. 4th down and goal from the 4. Can Colorado State pull this one off? Quarterback's going to run for it. He's got it, and they couldn't chase him down. How about overtime number 2 as he will throw deep middle? That's going to be 20 yards off the bat. And now 2nd and goal, rolling, throwing, touchdown. And now the 2-point conversion to put up 50 is gonna be good. Great effort there on the diving deflection. He just couldn't get a hand on the football, as now Colorado State is gonna immediately have themselves down to the 1, and they are in position to take it to a shootout. Throwing and incomplete, 3rd down and goal. Direct snap to the running back. He's stopped. 4th down and goal from the 1. Try it one more time. He's got it. And now the 2-point conversion to send it to a shootout. As he will look. He's going to roll. He's going to try to run for it. No one got open. He gets brought down. And that's going to do it. How about 50-48? Georgia survives, and Arizona now is all we have left in the second round after their first round bye. They're taking on Miami, as it's number 7 versus number 2. Miami is going to have a play where they make a defender miss. I don't know what the defender for Arizona was doing. He overcommitted, and now it's a 2-score lead as Arizona, I mean, once upon a time, they were able to make plays like these to make a comeback, but that was years ago. They have it in them still. Flag is down as Miami has the football back, and that's looking like it's going to be on Miami, as Arizona needs all the breaks that they can get if they're going to have a chance at this one. 1st and 20, as they're going to have immediately convert a 1st and 20 for a first down, and 2nd down and 3. That's going to be a run. 3rd down and inches. You have a feint opportunity here if you get the stop, but you're not going to. And it's looking like Miami very well just put this one away with just little plays like that. Just chunk after chunk. Down to the 6 now. 2nd and goal, as they will run into the end zone, fighting for it, as Miami ends up winning 41-12, as Arizona just... I mean, they just had no fight left in them after that, as that's unfortunate. Colorado State was so close to getting by Georgia there, and if you go out and beat Georgia on the road in the playoffs, then, you know, you have a chance against a lot of different teams. Colorado, meanwhile, they just love winning 8 games every year. They get the top recruiting class, they get the only 5-star, but hey, like I said, if you're a Colorado hate watcher right now, you're having a good time in this video, because you're probably saying anyone but them. Well, they're not doing too hot right now, as it's going to be another new set of contenders here. Colorado is ranked. Arizona's ranked. Colorado State's going to probably make the playoffs again. But how about BYU versus Weber State? So, again, a lot of different teams getting involved. What's that, 7 different teams making a conference championship now at this point? Like, I think it's 7. I mean, that's like half the teams right now. That's a lot of variety already in this video, as we're going to see one of these 2 teams make their playoff debuts. Is it going to be Weber State? Is it going to be BYU? I mean, technically it could be both of them. I don't know if Weber State loses that they get in, but it could be both of them. Weber State has the football with the lead. 2-point game, and they throw off the play action, have a man in between the zones, and now 2nd down and 4. He's going to try to run, but he just runs right into a defender. 3rd down and 9, 6.5 to play as he goes outside. That's going to be caught in coverage, and he hangs on. 2nd down and 9 immediately after that. They get a broken tackle and a run to 3rd and 1 with 5.5 to play. Quick pass outside, tight end wide open. He's got the 1st down and a short gain, and look at them systematically moving the football down the field, as it's just nice plays, like 8 yards at a time. As 3rd down and 1, they're going to swing it out, and this time it's not going to work out, but they're going to go for it. 4th down and 2, and how about keeping the drive alive again? Weber State is putting on one of the best drives we have seen in the video, as then they're going to take one shot, and when you do stuff like that, just little plays underneath, behind the line of scrimmage or behind the 1st down marker, you set up for a big play like that. And now with the 2-score lead, BYU has got to do something here. 3.5 to play with 4th down and 1. BYU is gonna have it. He hung on, so the game's still alive here, as they can settle for a field goal, but they're probably gonna go for the touchdown first, as they're gonna drop the throw. And he will step up, he will run it, and he will slide to the 38 for the 1st down. We're at the 2-minute warning, so they are running out of time. They have all their timeouts for now, as they're going to take a shot to the outside, caught for the 1st down, and now in the red zone. Now it's 1st and goal, as timeout. They still have all of them. You really don't want to use any, as they will not have to. Touchdown, BYU. The disappointing part is they kicked off. I really don't agree with that, but maybe they'll get off the field here, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2. One chance to get the stop, play action. He's going to throw it, and he's got the 1st down. And I really don't agree with that one. Yeah, you had all your timeouts, but you are banking on a 3-and-out, and you just kick the onside kick there, especially because even if they get a field goal, it's still a one-score game. I mean, you got to kick it there, but we'll go to the playoffs where Colorado State is back in the first round against a tough opponent, and it's going to be them against Clemson, as this time they're going to be at home with the 7-point lead. Clemson has 8 minutes to play, and they have the football at the 47-yard line, loading up, throwing it deep. He's got a step, and he's got the touchdown. So very quickly, we have tied this game up, and with a lot of time to go, there's still plenty of opportunity for fireworks to happen on both sides. As with 7 to play, 39-yard line, that play is going to be caught, and he turns it up for a first down, takes a shot, but hangs onto the football. 3rd down and 9 now, as Colorado State stops shy. They're in that no man's land. They're going to kick a 60-yard field goal. Are you guys okay? That's nowhere close. And Colorado State, I don't know what you're doing there. It's not even like time was running out. I mean, you get the sack, your defense could really bail you out here, but you kicked a 60-yarder with 6 minutes to play in a tie game. That reeks of desperation, and I don't think that was the right move, as now Clemson converts after that sack. 5 minutes to play. They have the football, your 43, driving it ahead. Now they're at the 31-yard line. They're in field goal range. They got to start the football drive at midfield, as now they got the completion and a touchdown from 31 yards out. And Colorado State, that play, that decision could really come back to cost them this game. 3rd down and inches. They're going to throw the football, and they get sacked. I mean, you had 3rd and inches, and they're just making bad decisions right now. Clemson with the football after they're getting sacked, and now they're going to get stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 19, 3 minutes to play, and they're going to have a completion, and on the run, and they're going to split the defenders, and the touchdown for Clemson. And that is just a meltdown of play calling, I feel like. 60-yard field goal, passing on 3rd and inches, and because of that, Clemson basically got, I don't want to say handed 2 touchdowns, they still had to work for them, but it gave them the opportunity, and they capitalized on them. Game's still not over. You have all your timeouts. They're driving. They're in the red zone. 3rd down and 4, 2-minute warning. You're getting stopped here. 4th down and 5, as they're going to throw, middle, caught, still alive a little bit longer. You need to hold on to those timeouts, though, as they're going to step up. He's going to run it. He's got the touchdown with 1:45 to go. And once again, another situation where they kicked off. I don't agree. It's under 2 minutes to play. Even though you have all your timeouts, kick the onside kick. Can you get the 3-and-out, though? As they will not. So 0 for 2 in that situation. Clemson puts up 28 in the 4th quarter to win this game. And that's just unfortunate that I think some rough decisions were made there. But now we jump over to Weber State, who is number 4. They're taking on number 5 Miami after their first round bye, and they will have a 7-point deficit with the football back in their hands. So they get to start their drive with the first down grab, and now the 35-yard line play action. Running back picks up the block, gives him time, and he delivers a first down. So nice job there from the protection to hold up, and now a handoff to the outside. He gets the first down on 3rd down and 1, 31-yard line, as they're going to play action. Roll out, jump it off. He's got room, and he fights ahead. 3rd and inches. So another situation to convert on 3rd and short. They will not get it. And 4th down and 1, they're going for it. I like the play call. Sweep it outside. He's got it. Receivers with great downfield blocking, and he gets inside the 15-yard line. Now 3rd and 3 at the 8 as I throw. End zone. It's intercepted. And that is a mistake you could not make, to throw it into coverage in the end zone. You didn't need to force it there. You went for it on 4th down already. You could have went for it again, especially since it was 4th and short. Now Miami has the football. They're grinding out clock. 2-minute warning is hit. Handoff again, and another first down. And when you're playing against a team like this, Weber State is still very much up and coming and not at the talent level of Miami. And we're playing a team like that, you have to play perfectly, and they made a mistake at the end, so they will go down in a 1-score game. Unfortunate, but again, impressive that they made it there. And we're really just, we still got so much time left in this video for one of these schools to start getting to a point where they can be out and out contenders and be there consistently, as there's just so many teams. I mean, Colorado State, BYU, Colorado, Arizona, Utah, Weber State, Arizona State. I mean, that's, like I said, like 7 different teams have made a conference championship already. and there's still plenty of time to go for somebody else to try to climb into this contention. Weber State, there you go. How about 11-1 again, taking on Colorado State? Arizona and BYU are kind of right on that fringe playoff position, despite not making a conference championship. I think Arizona will get in. I don't know if BYU will, but we'll see if Colorado State could sneak in with a conference championship victory, as Weber State is probably going to be in regardless, but they have the opportunity to spoil Colorado State's chances of getting that conference championship bid, as they are going to have a 1-point deficit, but driving already at the 26-yard line, 6.5 to play, and he's got 6 yards to set up 3rd down and 4, dropping back with a clean pocket, outside, caught, and he's not got the first down at 4th and 1. They will settle for the field goal with 6 to play. Kick is good, and Weber State now at a 2-point deficit themselves. Play action blocking, not nearly as good for them. Sack, and now 3rd and 15. Play action again, and he's not going to be able to escape. You got to stop the play actions. They're not falling for it, as now Colorado State gets great field position. Run for the first down, and with 1 first down, they're at the 38-yard line. 1 first down was all they needed to basically get into field goal range, as now 3rd down and 5, as they're going to get sacked and get taken right out of it, as they could have tried from 59. They weren't going to do it, and I mean, smart. They weren't able to make that decision last year, but they make the smart one this time around, as Weber State on 3rd down and 3 gets stopped. 3 and out. 2 minutes to play. They pump the football. Trust the defense. 3rd down and 11. Defenses have failed these teams in these situations before, but not this time. How about a 15-yard sack? And now you're going to get set up. 31-yard line. Really nice field position considering you only need a field goal. 3rd down and 3, though. Quick pass is knocked away. 4th down and 3. Game on the line here as Weber State. Free rusher got in. And that's going to end it. Weber State had their chances, but just were not able to get the job done. I mean, pressure really broke down at the end for them, and they will not be able to hold Colorado State out the playoffs. Weber State will have to go the long way as well, not getting the first round bye, as they're taking on Texas here. It's 23-17, and if you've seen that bracket there, I mean, we have 4 teams in the playoffs, and they're all, you know, in each of the individual first round matchups. They won't be playing against one another, as Weber State with the interception. You got 4 teams in the playoffs, 4 teams in round 1. Bound to have one of them come out on top here, as Weber State is in that spot at home against Texas. Flag is down. That could be pass interference, and I think it will be, as it is going to really help Weber State out to get into Texas territory with a 15-yard penalty, as they'll throw outside and now pass the 30-yard line to the 27. 2nd down and 2, as they'll get met in the backfield. That's a loss of 4. And now 3rd and 6. Free rusher gets in. He breaks out of the sack, but not able to get the throw off. He tried. He couldn't. 53-yard field goal now is going to be good still. So it's going to remain a 1-score game, but it's just a 3-pointer as Weber State with another interception. And that's 2 back-to-back drives with a pick. And Texas is throwing this game away potentially. And the running back is leaked out of the backfield. Didn't pick up a block or anything, and it's going to result in another field goal try. So Weber State has taken 2 interceptions. They've capitalized to get to a tie game, but they haven't been able to get a touchdown out of one of those interceptions, as now 3rd down and 5. Defense comes up with the sack. So the defense of Weber State really coming up massive here, and it could be what results in them winning this game, as they're going to throw the screen outside, and they overcommitted to the inside. Weber State with a big gain to the 32. Now at the 27, 3:30 to go. Pass outside. Now they throw a pick, and Texas has it, and it was going to come back the other way to the 40 and near midfield. And that is unfortunate. The defense had done so much to get him to that spot, as they almost caught a pick back the other way. 3rd down and 7, as Texas is going to try to run for it. He runs into his own man, and that costs him the first down, as now Weber State with the football back in their possession. 2-minute warning will hit after this play, it looks like, as they'll throw. That's going to be caught, turning it up past the 40, past the 35, and into field goal range. 1:20 to go. Handoff, he finds a lane, gets it to the red zone. As the 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss, he'll get it back into the red zone. 3rd and 7, run it again. He's not going to get the first, but they'll be able to run the clock down to 30 seconds, kick a field goal. It is good, and Texas has just 25 seconds to play. They get a first down there and a big gain. 40-yard line with 17 seconds to go. You can't afford to take any sacks here. You got to get rid of the football if so, and he does just that, but he took a couple of seconds too long, as now 3rd down and 10. Got to let one fly here. At some point, you got to throw it deep. He's going to throw it away again to set up for a Hail Mary, I suppose, as now 4th down and 10. Hail Mary for the game. He's going to roll into pressure and get hit as he is throwing. That is game. Weber State gets a playoff victory at home against Texas, and that is going to be great to see one of these teams getting another team getting involved, getting the playoff victory. Meanwhile, BYU, not so good on their side of things, as Notre Dame beats them 37-17. So a pretty dominant defeat here as we hop into the Arizona-Wisconsin game. Arizona getting to be at home, punting the football away after a 4th down try. That's going to be a broken tackle into the outside on the punt. He's going to have a big return, and that's going to be like a 30 to 40 yard return into Arizona territory. Draw play gets stonewalled though, 3rd down and 12. And after that punt return, they're going to have an incomplete pass, and they're not going to get anything out of it. 1 first down was all they needed to get into field goal range. They couldn't even do that. Arizona now is going to see if they can get a lead. They're going to go with the RPO, and that's going to be a quick slant for the 1st down as Arizona with the play action now. Pressure gets in. He gets rid of the football. Not going to get anything. He loses 3. Probably should have just let that ball hit the dirt. 3rd down and 10. Tuck and run it, and he's going to slide down just a 4-yard gain. The quarterback, though, has over 100 yards on the ground on just 11 carries, so he's been running wild. Speaking of running wild at the quarterback position, look at Wisconsin's quarterback go for 27, as now they're going to give it to the back, and both teams' quarterbacks running very well. Play action, rolling out. He's going to try to scramble forward again. There he goes, and he's going to get it for a 6-yard gain. Now 1st and 10, hand it off right up the middle. He's going to go for 10, but it's going to be 2nd and inches. It's going to be a stretch outside, inside the 10, and touchdown, Wisconsin. Run game dominating on that drive. Under 2 minutes to play for Arizona as he's going to get sacked. And that's going to result in a 3rd and 12. Arizona needs to do something here, and that's exactly what you needed. Exactly a massive play. 50 seconds to play as they're throwing it deep and incomplete. Swatted down 4th and 10. 47 seconds to play. This is your game right here as he's going to load up, and he got hit as he was throwing. He was looking to take a one-on-one shot down the field, and instead he got hit as he was throwing. So that's just going to be unfortunate. Colorado State, meanwhile, is going to have themselves in a game against Syracuse, 31-27, as this is going to be Colorado State on defense with it. Midfield, 7:20 to play. And he's going to throw middle caught, and the tight end breaking a tackle, and he's going to rumble down to the 11-yard line. Now 3rd and 3 from the 5. He's going to roll, and he's getting chased, and you can't just keep running backwards. It's going to result in a field goal try. Syracuse kicks it through the uprights, but you are still down by 1, and Colorado State going to be happy to take the football back with the lead and with a big play there for the 1st down. After now a 2nd and 10, screen set up, and that was almost disastrous. Defender had a play on that one. Somehow it results in 10 yards, 3rd and inches, slant caught. 1st down, and now with 5 to play, clock ticking down in enemy territory. Deep pass, caught, defender missed, and he's down to the 1, so close to the end zone. Then to punch it in here, he does it. 3rd down and 1. Can Syracuse's defense pull up a stop? He dies, he doesn't get it. 4th down and 1, and I'd go for it. I mean, I'd go for it there, but they take the field goal. Syracuse now, and you should have went for it. Syracuse, he's got it all the way down inside the 25, 3rd and 10, screen set up, dumping it to the running back, spin move, he's got it to 4th and inches. They are going to go for it, and this is why you go for it, but this is not the result they wanted, and they could have taken a field goal to make it a 1-point game, but they wanted to take the lead. Understandable, but on 4th and inches they couldn't get it, and they're going to get a 3 and out though, so back to Syracuse. They have to try again, and that's going to be intercepted. Colorado State has taken the football back, and one more set of 1st downs can end it here as they're going to break a tackle, get ahead to 3rd and inches. So many times these teams have not been able to convert with inches to go, and it will continue. 4th and inches. They're going to go for it, going for the win. He does not get it. Both teams do not convert on 4th and inches. Syracuse has the chance to knock them up in heartbreaking fashion. 2nd and inches. It's been a curse for these teams, but a big play. 54 yards. Touchdown. Syracuse takes the lead with a minute to play. And now Colorado State, what do they got here in response? They'll slide down. Now we go to 3rd down and 5 as there's just under a minute to play. That's knocked away. 4th and 5. Game on the line here as Colorado State will have the pass broken up. And Syracuse takes the football back, and it's going to just squeeze any opportunity they have to get the football back out of them. And that is brutal. I mean, both teams were right on the fence so many times. How about 4th and inches both ways? I really would go back and say, even though you didn't convert that 4th and inches and, you know, it proved to be more difficult than what you originally thought, kicking a field goal from 4th down and goal at the 1-yard line, I would have went for the touchdown there. But now we jump ahead to Weber State. Flag is down. Weber State has a 1-point lead over number 1 Ohio State. Problem is, that's pass interference, and that's going to be Ohio State football at the 31-yard line. It's already in position to take the lead. Look at the cutback from the running back, as that is a crazy good cut, as he's got 127 on the day inside the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 7. He's going to go for the touchdown. And that is going to now be a 2-point conversion where I think the 2 receivers intersected, and I don't even think that was the intended guy, but it's going to be incomplete regardless. And a 5-point game. Weber State gets a 21-yarder to start their drive. 4:40 to go. Handoff right up the middle. 2 men meet him, and it's going to be stopped now 3rd down and 6. He's going to throw it outside. That's broken up. Ohio State's going to take over. This is not the spot you want to be in. Ohio State with a 5-point lead, and the football and a deep bomb on the post is going to get him all the way to the 20-yard line. Now play action. He's going to get rid of the football. That was big to get rid of that one. There's no 3rd down and 10, and he's going to get sacked, but it's still going to be rough. You allowed them to get into field goal range. At least you're going to get the stop. Keep it a 1-score game, but you're going to need touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And when Ohio State's getting pressure like that, there's not much you're going to be able to do. 2.5 to go. 3rd and 17. He's chased again, but he's going to run, and he's got the 1st down, and he's got a huge conversion on the run. Now throwing it right side. He's got room to run. He's going to get it all the way inside the 25-yard line. And Weber State, can they pull this one off? That's going to be caught. He hung on to that one. 3rd and 7 from the 7. Basically 3rd and goal. As he's throwing open man. That's a touchdown. But you need the 2-point conversion with a minute to play. And he's not going to get it. Onside kick now. Over the head of 1, but not 2. And Ohio State scoops it up. They're going to have the football. Weber State still has timeouts in their possession, but it's not going to matter when you have a running back running like that. 2nd and inches. He's got the 1st down, and Ohio State, I mean, they were in a fight. They got challenged. The number 1 team in the nation had to go through a fight against Weber State, but in the end, the result was still Weber State going down, and I mean, I'm really impressed that they are putting like a show on against the number 1 team in the country, and they took down Texas. And I think that if they keep this upward momentum, I mean, 85 overall, 87 offense, 85 defense. Problem is their recruiting class wasn't that good this year. I mean, it wasn't good at all actually, and they got 8 players, but 1 was a 4-star at least. I mean, you hope that doesn't hurt them too much. They're going to go down to 25th in the nation. But how about a 12-0 Arizona team? I find it weird also. There's just such an inconsistent amount of conference games. I mean, some teams are playing 8 conference games. Some teams are playing 6. So Arizona, I mean, they make the conference championship because they went 6-0 in the conference, but they went undefeated overall. And not only that, they demolished Colorado State in the conference championship 38-10. And Arizona, this might be the year. This might be the time. Arizona in the playoffs, 13-0, still just the 3 seed, but they're the only team we have in the playoffs this year. It's been a while since we've had a solo, and now Arizona is going to be taking on that same Texas team that went down to Weber State a year ago, and Texas back at the 11th spot in the nation, taking on this undefeated Arizona team, who looks to be maybe the best team that we have seen all video, as they're going to have a 1st down completed. Pass now at the 9-yard line, 3rd down and 7, as they're going to throw, caught, no broken up, doesn't matter regardless, he wouldn't have had the 1st down. They're going to kick the field goal, and that is a massive field goal because that makes it a 9-point game. So 2-score lead with 4:40 to go, and Texas needing to put points up on the board soon. They got the screen set up, and that's going to be caught by the running back. He is going to weave his way through for the first down. And now 2nd down and 2 from the 45. 3:30 to play. He's going to have the check down. Running back's got it. And he's going to fumble the football. And that's Arizona picking it up. And will look to be Texas driving in to at least cut it down to a 1-score game. Turns into Arizona with the football. They go 3 and out, but I don't think you're minding that because you back Texas up. You make them burn time, make them burn timeouts. Texas has the football back, and I mean, now there's just a minute 20 to play, and they're backed up at their own 28, getting sacked. And that is going to prove to be the most costly fumble for this Texas team as they're getting sacked again. 3rd and 27, minute to go, knocked away. 4th and 27, Arizona for 14-0 has got themselves a little bit more defense to play, so it's not over quite yet. I mean, you convert a 4th and 27, might be too little, too late. That's a big play. And now they're going to go for that touchdown, but they're going to need an onside kick. If anything is going to come from this game, but you're getting sacked again. I mean, they only got 4 sacks all game. 3 of them have come on this drive. Throwing it deep on 4th and 23. 1-on-1 knocked away. And 14-0 for Arizona as they are headed to the semifinals and on the doorstep of their 2nd national championship appearance. The issue is they got to take on Georgia, who is really good. 13-1. Georgia's been popping up quite a bit in this video as they've been taking down some of our teams, and now it's up to Arizona to continue on having the best season that any team has had in this video so far. Can they finish it off with that national championship as Georgia? Issue is 7-point lead with the football in scoring position, throwing middle, caught, and Georgia inside the 15-yard line could make it a 2-touchdown game. Handing it off, he's gonna get 2, 3rd down and 8 to get off the field here. He's gonna run, throw on the run, that should have been picked, and he is sick with himself. He should have had a pick there. And that's going to still result in a 2-score game. They got 4 minutes to go to put up 2 scores as that's going to be hit as he's throwing, but he delivers a 1st down, a 3rd down and 5 again as they'll throw. That should have been picked the other way. Georgia now, it's 4th down and 5. Arizona needing a conversion here. They're not going to get it. Georgia 10-point lead, handoff, and that's going to be a 1st down. They're running out this clock, 2nd and 11, and that's going to be another 1st down run. Goal to go. And that's going to do it. Georgia ends up taking a field goal at the very end with, like, no time left, basically. That's unfortunate. I mean, Georgia's been a pain in this video. And Arizona, it looked like they were at least going to get to the national championship, but knocked out in the semifinals. I mean, 14-0 up until that point. Unfortunate, though. But, I mean, some of these teams are at least establishing a nice level of prestige, consistency, 3-4-star level schools. Colorado, despite having a good team like every year, is just doing a whole bunch of nothing. Colorado State, how about that? 18th ranked recruiting class. It's pretty nice. Some of these other teams. I mean, it's nice to see that at least, like, we're getting a lot of teams in the top 100. I mean, I think at the start we were, like, rocking barely any teams in there, but on to the next season where we get to see who's contending. This time it's BYU, Arizona. Colorado's back in the conference championship. I maybe spoke too soon. I said they had a good team every year, but did a whole lot of nothing. They were 0-3 in the first 3 conference championships. Now, all these years later, they find themselves back, but can they avenge what they kind of lost in the first 3 years? Because I think not winning those conference championships really set back that school a lot because it prevented them from making the playoffs. It prevented them from getting that, prestige boost. It prevented them from getting a lot, I feel like. Just appearing in the playoffs counts for a lot for your school. Winning a conference championship counts for a lot from your school. So if you just keep letting those situations and those opportunities pass you by, it's going to hurt you in the long run, as BYU is going to tack on a field goal from the 1-yard line. And here we are in this situation again. Colorado, I mean, again, if they win, they are in the playoffs. But if they lose, they're out, and they'd be 0-4 in conference championships. And with 3 minutes to go, down by 10, it's not looking good. 3rd and 18, caught, but just a gain of 7. 4th and 11, as he's going to throw, and just an unblocked defender got in there. That's a sack. 2 minutes to play, and BYU just hurdling over a defender, and he's going to get the 1st down. 3rd down and 3. How about another run? How about another nice play to get them into a field goal try for another 3 points? And 13-point game, I mean, it's not looking too good for this Colorado team, and that's a big hit out of bounds. So if you're a fan of Colorado, I don't know how many of you exist nowadays because everyone just seems to hate them. But I don't think you're having a fun time watching this video. But I do think a lot of other people watching are having a good time just watching Colorado stink it up, because Colorado is pretty good in these in the Sims and everything. So, you know, no playoffs for them. Arizona makes it. BYU gets a first-round bye. We will hop in to see that Arizona has the speed option on the outside. Flag is down. They have just a 2-point deficit with the football, but it looks like that big first down run's going to be coming back holding, and that is very costly because it sets them back 3rd down and 9, and that first down is not going to happen. He should have been able to get it, but he stepped out of bounds. Now on the other side, 3rd down, no 3 and out, so that's going to be really costly. That holding penalty and then stepping out of bounds is now Ohio State with the big run. 1 man to beat. He's going to get brought down, but at the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 1 now is Ohio State. Can they convert again? He's going to run. He's not going to get there. It's going to be a field goal try, though. So for the touchdown lead, kick is good. And now Ohio State with the 22-17 lead. Arizona, though, 2 minutes to play, can go down, get a touchdown here, and take themselves to another shot at going to a national championship. But they're going to go throw it out of bounds on 3rd down. 4th and 9. Game on the line here. Extra man sent in. Intercepted. Ohio State has the football back. Arizona still has all their timeouts, so it's not over, but they need a stop. They need a 3 and out bad, and that's going to help them out. How about backing up to 3rd and 17? And Arizona's defense, that was a big missed tackle potentially because you might have gotten them into field goal range. Kick on the way. It's good. If you were able to bring them down, I don't know if they would have been willing to try like a near 60-yard field goal, but still a 1-score game. You just need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 30 seconds to play. That's a big grab into the 44-yard line. Hurrying it back to the line. 30 seconds. And he is going to throw outside. Gets out of bounds. Just a 2-yard gain, but at least he stops the clock and gets forward progress. 3rd down and 8. That ball's almost picked off. 4th down and 8. 23 seconds to go. He's looking. He's throwing. He's got it. All right, game's still going. There's a fumble. Are you kidding me? Arizona put it on the ground, and that's going to cost them the game. They were really looking like they were going to be able to get themselves into the end zone and give themselves a shot at the 2-point conversion to take it to overtime, but fortunately that's not going to happen. Now we go over to BYU, who got the first round bye. They're taking on Tennessee. BYU, think they have just a single playoff appearance, which they got destroyed by Notre Dame, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if they can get themselves a playoff victory and take themselves to a semifinals appearance and add themselves to the list of teams that have done that, as that's going to be an incomplete pass. 20-14, BYU, great field position, turning it upfield after the grab. He's going to get knocked down, 3rd down and 2, handing it off, gets a block from the guard, got a big run, 20, 15, 10, 5, down to the 2. Great job on the run blocking as he'll get the touchdown, and Tennessee down by 2 scores as they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. It's good, full 14-point game, and Tennessee's going to need a lot to go their way if they're going to have a chance at this one. First down run there. Can't really afford to run the ball too many more times in this one as they are going to throw now, but he's going to scramble. He's got the first down. Out of bounds he goes at the 48-yard line. And usually how I commentate these videos is I'm like, you need to score before the 2-minute warning, especially with how the AI works in this game. They're really conservative. They're really passive. You probably need to score before the 2-minute warning, and there you go. How about scoring before 3 minutes hits, as they're going to kick the ball deep. BYU with it. That's going to be a sack, and there goes Tennessee. They have a chance in this one. Play action. Sacked again. Backed up at the 4. I mean, if you allow 3rd and 26, you don't deserve to win, but they're not going to. They're going to punt the football on 4th down and 27, and that's going to result in really good field position. Fielded at close to midfield. He's going to get brought down at the 49. 2 minutes to play, needing a touchdown to take this to overtime. That's a big grab. Broken tackle, and that's a gain of about 30 yards. 16-yard line, curl route, first down, gain of 10. 6-yard line, 1st and goal. He's going to scramble. He's got the touchdown. We are all tied up with 37 seconds to play now. BYU trying to prevent overtime. They want to go and do something with just 10 seconds to play now. It's not going to happen. So we're going to go to overtime. BYU couldn't do much with the little time that they had, but they're going to start off overtime very well. 3rd down and 17 after a sack. Tennessee going to start scrambling. He's going to look and run for it. He's not going to get the first down, but I guess make that field goal try a little bit easier, as that kick will be good, and BYU can win it with the touchdown here, as they're going to run. Outside he goes, past the 20-yard line to the 17. 3rd down and 2. They're going to pull play action. He's going to run, throw it, and it's going to be caught. There you go. How about dropping the throw again? Caught right at the line, at the 2-yard line. 3rd down and 2. He's going to get stopped in the backfield, and now they're going to have to kick a field goal. So that kick is going to be through the uprights. We go on to overtime number 2, where BYU starts with the football and the run. 1st down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 as we hand it off, and he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Loss of 3, now 3rd down and 12. Hand off again. They're just going to be content running the football. I don't know about that one. You could have thrown it at least one time. Kick is going to be good, but I guess they trust their defense. Tennessee can win it with the touchdown, as they're going to throw. Immediately going to get a 9-yard gain. 3rd down and 1 as he's going to go outside. Incomplete. 4th down and 1. Okay, let's kick that kick and go to a shootout. So back here in a shootout, we've seen this a couple of times before. We got a flag down, and this is not going to be good for Tennessee. Holding on the 2-pointer. So now they're going to be backed up from the 10-yard line. They're going to run it still, but they're not going to get it. So BYU can win it right here with the 2-point conversion. Pass. He's got time, but no one's getting open. He's going to throw on the run. It's incomplete. And BYU try again. 2-point conversion. He's going to look. He's got time again, but again, no one's getting open. He gets sacked eventually. Somebody's got to get open. Tennessee, it's going to throw on the run. He got it. 2 points is good, and Tennessee wins the game. And that is brutal. I mean, 2 times you had the 2-point conversion try, and no one got open. So BYU goes down, and despite having every bit of momentum and opportunity on their side, they should have won that game. Just couldn't do it. So BYU, they have not had a lot of success playoff-wise, but we'll go into another season where we get to see a lot of teams. I mean, you're looking at these players sending guys to the NFL, just 85, 86 overall. A lot of teams kind of hovering around that same area. When you're 85, 86 overall, you're kind of like on the brink of being among the best teams in the nation, but like you have an outside chance of going all the way to a national championship. It's not crazy for an 85, 86 overall team to win it all. It's just typically you see the 88s, 89 overalls do it. But into the next season we go. Weber State, Arizona State, 11 and 16 into the conference championship. Arizona on the fringe. Colorado State not gonna get in, it looks like. So looking like we may only have 1 or 2 spots in the playoffs available for our schools, and it's going to be one of these 2 teams, as Arizona State has a tie game with the football in great field position already at the 29-yard line, and they're going to get the first down at the 21-yard line. 6 minutes to play, and they are going to throw outside for a completed pass, but not the first down, so they're going to settle for the field goal. It will be 30 yards out, and kick is good. So we get to go to Weber State, who has the deficit, but they got the football with 5.5 to play. Still plenty of time to do something. The first down grab there. Now 2nd down and 3. Handoff right up the middle he goes for a first down. 48-yard line. 3rd down and 6. And that's going to be caught, and he's got it to the 45-yard line for another first down. 3 minutes to play. Handoff right up the middle. That's going to be a first down to, well, no, they didn't give it to him. Okay, 3rd down and inches. I thought he got that, but they didn't give it to him. And now on 3rd and inches, what is it with some of these teams? Just run the football on 3rd and inches. He takes a sack, and my goodness, they're going to have to give that football away. I thought he had it. Maybe they could have challenged it. They didn't want to. And now Arizona State, they could win the game here on another first down or 2. 3rd down and 1, and he's going to get the first down. And my goodness, some of these teams have some just frustrating decision making. 3rd down and inches. You're like right there. Just run the football, and you don't do it. So playoff-wise, Arizona does not get to get in. They get left on the outside. They're probably the first team left out, and Arizona State, the only team in the playoffs. They are going to be taking on Northern Illinois, and they have themselves a 7-point lead and the football, as the 12-seeded NIU is looking to pull off an upset here. Arizona State has found themselves in some playoff situations before, has been one of the teams up there in the mix to potentially go and find themselves getting into a national championship. They just haven't been able to get there yet. Field goal for that 2-score lead, though. It's going to be through the uprights and good, so big for them to get 10-point lead, and now 5 minutes to play as NIU Wow, that's a crazy catch. Has 4.5 to go as NIU with the first down. Not quite. 3rd and inches again. Oh boy, 3rd and inches. What are they going to do? Here you go. You run the football. That's how you do it. 3rd and inches. Just run the football. 3:40 to go. They're taking their time on this drive, but I guess they are moving it with that big play inside of the red zone as they are running again, this time getting stopped. They seem very comfortable running the football with 3.5 to go, down by 10, as that ball's tipped up in the air. Could have been picked. 4th down and 11. They will take the 3 points, so they're going to get on the board. 1-score game, 2:30 to go. Handoff as we're in a similar situation where Arizona State could just run the football out. Another first down will do it. 3rd down and 7, and there it is. So Arizona State, not the most exciting victories, but I mean, it doesn't have to be exciting always, as they're getting the job done 2 straight times where they get the football and they don't let the opponent see it again, as they are on to the semifinals as Arizona State 1 step away from a national championship appearance, and they're taking on a 14-0 number 1 ranked Arkansas team. And that is going to prove to be a difficult opponent for them as they got a 2-point deficit. And Arkansas with the football running wild. And they're going to get a 20-yarder, 26-yard line. Need to keep them out of the end zone here to make it a 1-score game still, as the comeback route's going to be caught to the 10-yard line. Basically goal to go. Sweeping it out. He gets a block. He's got the touchdown, but there is a flag. A late flag. Very late. And that's going to be a hold on a receiver. It's going to set them back just 4 yards, but it takes the touchdown off the board and forces them to settle for a field goal. So a wide receiver with a very late hold could cost Arkansas massive. I mean, you get that ball in the end zone there, it might be game. Now, Arizona State, they're getting sacked here, but it is a 1-score game. 2-minute warning has hit. 3rd down and 15. He's getting sacked again. You're going to have to go for it, though, as 4th and 21, and he's got it! And not only does he have the first down, how about 91 yards and a touchdown? Arizona State pulls out a stunner out of nowhere. They're not going to get the 2-point conversion. It's 32-31, but Arkansas, I mean, it's going to prove to be a costly penalty if they lose this game. But look at that big play into field goal range in 1 shot with under a minute to go. That's going to be a screen for another nice gain. 3rd down and 2 out of bounds. He hands it off, and that's another first down. They're getting closer, and it's looking like Arkansas is going to be able to pull this one off as the run's going to get out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They're going to go get it into the end zone. You didn't need to score, but they did do it anyway. 2-point conversion, as he will not have it. So Arizona can win it with the touchdown. They got 30 seconds and 1 timeout, and there you go! 1 big play! Are they going to get it all in 1? 84 yards! Touchdown, Arizona State! Are you kidding me? They're going to go for 2, and that's incomplete. So once again, it's going to be a 1-point game, and now it's down to 20 seconds for Arkansas. Can they pull something off? I mean, we're running out of time here. 15 seconds. Deep pass knocked away. 3rd down and 5. They're out of timeouts. They need 1 big play to spike it. As they have it, they got the 1 big play, but they're not going to need to spike it. It's a touchdown from 71 yards. What is going on this game? As the kickoff, this is the last play of the game potentially. As with 2, with 1, game over. What in the world? How about, 91 yards and then 84 yards and then a 71-yarder? Every once in a while you get one of those ridiculous games. I feel like maybe like 1 a video, but considering we spectate like dozens of games per video, you know, that is every once in a while, I suppose. But you get some of those games where it's just ridiculous and no one knows how to play defense. And you know, even throughout the entire year, I've been like tuning sliders. I always use different slider sets and try to tune them as I go. And I got the pass coverage slider way up, and it's sometimes it just don't matter. Like, it really doesn't. Sometimes they'll just drop absolute massive 70, 80-yard plays on one another, and you'll wonder how was no one there to cover. But I mean, that's just what happens sometimes in coverage. You don't always have the smartest players back there like you do in the NFL at times. But how about into the next season? 3 11-1 teams. It's looking like we could have 3 playoff appearances. Weber State really like right there, 11-1, 11 seed. They were like a big 50-50 team to make it in. And as for both of these teams, BYU very well could be knocked out if they don't win this. Arizona, I think, will be in regardless, but we'll see. It's close. But, I mean, we could have 3 teams, or we could have as little as 1 team in the playoffs, but we're going to have some sort of representation here as it's 21-17 with 5.5 to go. Arizona getting sacked. They're 3rd and 14, and they're going to convert on the short catch and run, and that is huge. As with the 4-point lead, they're going to step up. He's going to throw on the run. That's going to be caught, and he hung on to that one after they hit. 4 minutes to play as Arizona taking down the time, and they are getting into field goal range to make it a full 7-point game. 3.5 to go. Block picked up, slant over the middle, caught for another first down. We'll take it down to 3 minutes. Running back, that's... He lost 4 there. He could have lost more. 2:30 to go as now they're throwing 3rd and 14. That's another first down. 2-minute warning. Arizona, what a drive and a touchdown. That is incredible. That's how you play some football right there. You take the football back, you go on a drive that takes up majority of the time left, you get a touchdown, make it a 2-score game, and at that point, nothing you could really do if you're BYU. Aside from, I guess you could have stopped them, but on offense, not really much you can do. He's getting sacked. That's the first sack of the game for Arizona, but I mean, they haven't needed to get pressure when you got an offense who's able to do stuff like that. But look at that big play and a touchdown from 43 yards out. I mean, you still need an onside kick, and I mean, we've seen enough onside kicks over the last year in this game to know that it's a very small percentage, but we'll see. Kick up in the air. It's scooped up. Arizona got it, and I feel like you can count on single digits the amount of times we've seen an onside kick recovered in this game this year. It don't happen very often, so got to cherish the times that it does happen. But Arizona makes the playoffs. Weber State makes the playoffs. BYU. So all 3 teams do make it. Interesting. Weber State ends up moving 2 spots up despite not playing. So they're taking on Michigan. Michigan, though, what a grab! First play we spectate. And that's one of the best grabs you'll see all video. Touchdown, Michigan. And that's going to give them the lead. 2-point conversion. As he will not get it, but Weber State will just have the 1-point deficit with 7 to play as they'll go deep. That's wide open. My goodness, it's wide open, and no one's going to come close to him. 82 yards, touchdown. And I guess are we going to have one of those games where it's just fireworks left and right, big plays left and right. At least Michigan's was contested, which made the catch all the more interesting. It's 20-15, though, as Michigan gonna hand it off and blown up in the backfield, and there's a flag. Do you accept this one? Do you take 3rd down and 4 or 2nd and 12? They're going to go take 2nd and 12. They're going to sweep it. And, well, that turned out to be a good decision because that's going to lose 2. 3rd and 14 instead as he's going to throw it. He's going to get sacked. No one got open. 4th down and 22. They're going to punt it away. And Weber State looking really good here. Taking on Michigan on the road. Tough environment always to play in. But they're proven to be ready for the challenge. They're going to go and punt the football back as Michigan does get a stop. But the defense of Weber State, I mean, when we've spectated Weber State, their defense has played very well a lot of the time. Fumble. Michigan picks it up, but they're backed up, and they're going to have to punt it away. Weber State, I mean, they got the football at the 43-yard line. One play, they're at the 27. 2 minutes to go. Michigan in trouble, first down. One more will end this game, it looks like. 2nd and 7, as it will be a touchdown. And I said a first down will end it. Well, I think a touchdown also basically ends this game, as it's going to be on to that same situation where you need to score, get an onside kick. Michigan, with 1.5 minutes to go, gets sacked. 2nd and 17. It's going to lead to a big play, and I think that's going to get them into the end zone. It will, but I don't want to get too excited because they still need that onside kick, which will be not in their favor. Weber State has it, and it will be a victory for Weber State. So really big to get a win there and take out a big-time opponent in Michigan. We jump over to BYU, meanwhile, who's not had a lot of playoff success in this video. Things are looking good for them for now, at least. It's 13-8. I mean, their defense is playing a nice game, but Kyle does have the football, and they do have it. 2nd down and 6, and it's going to be turning into 3rd and 1 with 6 to play. Quick pass to the outside. That's going to be caught. He hung on for the first down. Their quarterback at Cal only got just to 100 passing yards with that one, so defense has been great in this one, but offense hasn't really helped them out too much. Just 13 points on the board, but 3rd down and inches. Cal with the first down, as they're going to be grinding this clock down to 3.5 to go. Throwing off his back foot for the end zone, and it's out the back, and that's going to be resulting in a punt. So Cal going to trust their defense, but I mean, it's been a rough performance from Cal. Look at that run from the BYU back. He's got like all of his yards on the game just from that one. Read option. That was a bad decision. They're down to 9 now as he's going to throw. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be basically game. If they get another first down, it will be game. Timeout used, 2nd down and 2, handing it off. Here he goes to the outside, and there he goes. One man to beat, but he's gone. Touchdown. BYU finally gets a playoff victory. Cal scored like the very last second, but like literally was like, 10 seconds to play, so didn't even bother showing that one. But we go ahead to a tough opponent here, Alabama. How about 12-1 Alabama against the 11-seeded BYU team in the 2nd round, as they will throw on the outside, caught, and it'll be short, and they'll have to put the football away. Alabama with it as they're trying to look for a 2-score lead. A field goal will keep it a 1-score game as they will run it up the middle, first down. And he'll have it to the 48-yard line. How about a sweep to the outside? Gets a block on the edge, and he will get 8 more. So despite the run game not doing well throughout the majority of this game, it's helping them out a lot right now. 3:30 to go, and Alabama throwing for another first down. And BYU just can't get off the field right now. We're going to be ticking under 3 minutes to go, and that's going to be a touchdown, Alabama. And there we go for Alabama's offense, just having an incredible drive there, taking out time. And BYU's stuck in the situation again where their defense just could not get off the field. They couldn't do anything. They just allowed one team to just impose their will, take out time, score, and now they're left again in a situation where it's like, well, we have the football, but there's not a lot of time, and we're down by 2 scores, so see what they can do. They were able to get the ball in the end zone last time in the conference championship that this happened, but the tip and the interception's not going to let it happen this time around. And BYU is going to go down in the playoffs here. Alabama, just for fun, tacked on another score, so it's going to be 38-19 as we move ahead to Weber State. We're going to go back to them. They won their first round matchup against Michigan, and that's a fumble. Weber State picks it up, but immediately after the fumble, they're sitting at 3rd down. So they're going to take that fumble, go 3 and out, and really no harm ends up being done for North Carolina. But number 1 seeded UNC to the outside. That's going to be caught for the first down at the 42-yard line in a 1-point game as we go play action. UNC with a lot of time. He's going to run for it. He's going to get a slide at the 8-yard mark and then get it to 3rd down and 1, where the handoff is going to get it for a first down and a big run. That's going to be 5:30 to play. Play action rolling out, checking it outside for a wide open receiver, and he's going to get another nice gain, 17 yards, pop pass to try to finish the drive off, and he will. Touchdown. North Carolina for the 2-point conversion. Back of the end zone, intercepted, and he's going to run it out. I mean, you do get points if you go the other way, but you're not going to. So it's going to be 18-13, so Weber State can still win this game with the touchdown here, but they're not going to be able to do much if you're getting sacked like that. 3rd down at 16. Tackle gets bowled over. My goodness. You're going to have to punt the football away after that one, and now their defense needs to come up with something big. Field goal will still keep it a 1-score game, but 3rd and 19, they could get off the field right here, but they're not going to. And North Carolina takes it to the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 7. Timeouts are being used, and UNC with another first down will end this one as they'll go outside, not get the first down, so Weber State will have a chance. Field goal try is going to be good, so 8-point game, need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, 1.5 minutes, no timeouts, and that's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 10 as they need to go 81 yards, and that's going to be a diving deflection. They're going to go 4 and out here, 4th and 10. He's going to go deep, incomplete, and they do just that. They go 4 and out. And that's going to lead to UNC winning this one. It's going to ultimately take us to the only other team we got left, Arizona, coming off their first round bye. They got to sit back and watch everyone else go to work and eventually lose in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, UCLA is down by 8 in Arizona, trying to take a trip back to a national championship appearance as with 6 minutes to play. 8-point lead, 3rd down and 5. That's going to be caught, and they're really in a good spot right now. Could take a 2-score lead. Play action. He's got blockers, and he's got an open man, and he's going to get stopped at the 1. 20 yards, but 1st and goal from the 1. Open lane, touchdown. He walked in easily. And a 2-score lead. UCLA with the screen. Going to have it, and it's going to be a first down, but dire situation for UCLA as they got 4.5 to go, down by 2 touchdowns, and We'll see if they can pull something off here as they're going to step up, and he's going to just throw it out of bounds. Third down and 10, 44-yard line. He will throw again, and outside, deep ball. That's going to be incomplete. 4th and 10. Got to go for it here. Practically game on the line at this point. Deep pass, incomplete, and Arizona close to sealing this one for good. They're going to just take the shot deep, one-on-one ball. It looks like it was caught, but it was knocked out the last second. And there's a flag. That's going to be pass interference, so I thought he had that football, but it's going to still result in a gain for Arizona regardless, as that ball's intercepted. Are you kidding me? It looked like it was going to be Arizona ending this game, and instead UCLA pick 6 out of nowhere, and this game isn't over yet. Are you serious right now? It looked like Arizona had this game. If they just settled for a field goal, it would have made it a 3-score game and it would have been all over. Instead now, 1-score game, 2 minutes to play, and UCLA, I mean, can they get the stop? If they do, it's time to start panicking if you're an Arizona fan. As 2nd down and 11, that carry's going to get them to 3rd down and 8 with the 1st down to seal the game. They are not going to get it. UCLA has a chance. And this would be a dramatically awful collapse. It would be catastrophic, as it'd be from the 50-yard line, 1:20 to go, middle, caught, 32-yard line, 1:10 to go, as he's got a clean pocket, deep middle, he's got it inside the 10, 25 yards, just 7 yards out, he's gonna throw it, and he's looking, he's got time, end zone, it's intercepted, and Arizona is gonna survive, and just like they did all those years ago, when pressure was hitting them and a potential tie in their face, they get a pick 6. That ultimately put them in the national championship all those years ago. Will it do the same as they get to go to the semifinals again, and they are taking on that number 1 ranked UNC team? 20-20, under 7 to play. Deep pass, incomplete. 4th and 17. Arizona takes it over, and now with the football, they're going to run it, and that's going to give them 9 yards. 2nd down and 1. Quick pass. That's going to be a little hitch route. That's going to be caught for an 11-yard gain. 5:20 to play, as he's going to go deep drop, middle, caught, 1st down, and the run. He's going to go to the 38-yard line. And Arizona just able to just keep getting 1st down after 1st down. If there's one thing some of these teams in this video have been able to do very well, it's grind out these drives, but that's going to hurt them a lot. A sack, loss of 6. 2nd and 16, as he's going to get a lot of those yards back. He's going to get all of them and get it to 3rd and 5. And now 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable. He's got the 1st down, and inside the 15, down at the 11. There's just 3 minutes to go. I mean, we looked over like just 30 seconds ago of real time, and there was, you know, like 7 minutes of in-game time. Fumble, though, and that's gonna just ruin Arizona. A fumble after all the work that they did to get there. It's gonna be 2.5 minutes to go. And that's going to be caught. He broke a tackle. Are you kidding me? And Arizona's letting this game slip away with plays like that, but another sack's going to help him out a lot. 2nd and 16 again, and that's going to be caught. And they wrap him up, but it's 3rd down and 4. And with under 2 to go, he's throwing deep ball. He's got a step, but it's intercepted. He didn't get enough on it. And the interception by Arizona is going to help him get back into a spot where they could go and get into field goal range like they previously were in. He's going to throw, caught, and he's at midfield. Timeout used, 1:10 to play for a trip to the national championship. He's got it right back where they were, 36-yard line, right on field goal range. Got to stay in it, and there you go. He hung onto that ball. A minute to play, and North Carolina has no timeout, so you can't do anything about it. They're going to run this clock down, and he's going to run it again. Center the football, and for a shot at the national championship, kick is good. And Arizona, they were all the way into the national championship back in year 3. They didn't get it done. They have another try, but guess who? It's against Oregon, of all teams, of course. They took out number 1, UNC. Here's number 2, Oregon. And that's going to be off his hands. Drop. Oregon up by 4. And that pass is going to be caught. He breaks the tackle, gets by 2 defenders. And there he goes for a gain of 20. And Oregon, you need to hold them to a field goal if you're Arizona, because they could still keep it a 1-score game, but Oregon into the red zone. 5:20 to play. Handoff, and he's going to be met, but gain of 5. 3rd down and 4. At the 11, he's going to go outside. Open man, but it hit him in the back. He wasn't ready for it. And that's a big break. Arizona catches a big break there. Field goal's good. but it's a one-score game, 17-10, as Arizona, with plenty of time to go, gets the first down there at the 26-yard line, handing it off. That's a big lane opening up, and that's going to be a nice gain of 12 as we go to 3:30 to go. Arizona employing that same strategy that they have done all these years, as just keep on grinding out plays. They don't get it all in one shot. They just grind it out, take their time. 3rd and 7, as they got the catch, they got the first down, and I mean, they had the football with 5 minutes to play. Now we're down to the 2-minute warning, as that's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 8. This is, potentially the downside of this, because if you don't convert on this drive, you don't get it. It could be all over. 4th down and 5. Arizona needing a first down here. He's got it. Game's still going, and he's down to just a minute 10 to go as he's throwing from the 14, swinging it out. Running back's got it, but he's just got 2 yards. We are under a minute to go. 40 seconds to play. Stepping up, he's running it. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona, with 30 seconds to play. And everything worked out perfectly because Oregon just has under 30 seconds to go as they're going to run the clock down. And they are content taking it to overtime. So we have national championship overtime. Arizona took a lot of time, but got the touchdown and got to overtime, but immediately they throw a pick. No, you can't do that. Oregon has it, needing any points for the win, as they're going to go get the screen for the first down to the 11-yard line, and now Arizona desperately needing a miracle here. That's going to be caught, and no miracle happening. Oregon touchdown, and Oregon wins it. Arizona did an amazing job in the final 5 minutes to go take every last second that they could off the clock, get it into the end zone, making sure that Oregon had no time left, get it to overtime, only for them to get to overtime and make an awful mistake and throw a pick off the bat. That is so brutal. But another national championship appearance for them. No win, though. But, I mean, we've seen them get there, and they got a 5-star on their side. Not a recruiting class of quantity, but quality players. We'll see if Arizona could get back, but very rarely do we ever see a team go to the national championship 3 times in this video, and these types of videos. We just don't see it. Colorado State, number 9. Arizona, Weber State, probably not going to get in. Maybe they will, and the winner of this conference championship will kind of get the only guaranteed spot that we'll have in the playoffs for this conference. 21-21, Arizona State and Colorado State. We start things off with 8 minutes to go, and Colorado State already driving into Arizona State territory as they go play action, rolling out 3rd down and 2, as that's going to be a big play to the 13-yard line, and now with under 8 to go, as they're going to go for the first down marker, and they're not going to quite get there. 2nd and inches from the 4, as they're going to hand it off, running through a man, breaking another tackle, and getting it to the 1-yard line, where they're going to finish the drive off. Touchdown, Colorado State. They got that 7-point lead now, as on the other side, that's immediately going to be an interception, and Colorado State has the lead, has the football, has great field position, the play action, but Arizona State gets in there for the sack. And now 3rd and 60, needing to get off the field here. Screen. You don't want to even let them get into field goal range. They're on the fringe. They are going to try it from 53 for the 2-score lead. It's good. That pick is going to prove to be very costly, as now down by 10. And you got to run backwards like that. 14-yard loss on the sack. 5 to go. And in the end zone, trying to avoid a safety, he's just going to throw it away. 4th and 24. You got to go for it, I guess, because you're down by 10. And that's going to be knocked away. In Colorado State, this game was tied just 4 minutes ago, and now we jump ahead to a 17-point lead. We sim to the end. It ends up 41-28, and that's going to result in Colorado State getting to the playoffs. Weber State does get in, so we'll get to see them get absolutely demolished by Alabama. 27-3, 0 points in the second half for Weber State, so unfortunate there, but don't think it's going to be a surprise to see that Weber State got demolished by Alabama, but we'll get to see Colorado State in the second round. They're taking on Tulsa, so it's been a lot of 12-seed action in this video, I feel like. I guess this has been a weird one. A lot of upsets, a lot of weird stuff going on. And the 12 seed, I feel like every single playoffs, the 12 seed is winning their first game. And here they are again. But Colorado State up by 10 and almost getting an interception there. But they're going to get the stop on 4th down, as they could go up by 3 scores on this drive with 7 to go. as they're going to go with a play action, rolling out and throwing on the run on the comeback. That's going to be caught for a gain of 17 into the red zone. 3rd down and 5. There he goes to the 1-yard line, and for the 3-score lead, direct snap, touchdown. And Colorado State, well, how about that? 17-point lead with 5 to go, and an interception now. And it's looking like Colorado State's going all the way to the semifinals on a pick 6. And it got a whole lot worse than that as we go one final play. How about a 42-yard run untouched just to seal things up? One more play, and that's going to be a dominant 41-10 victory over Tulsa as we jump ahead to the next round semifinals matchup. They're taking on Georgia. It feels like Georgia's been a reoccurring villain in this video. Usually it's Oregon. In Oregon, we did get to still run into them in the national championship, but it's been Georgia this game, or this video, as 31-28, 6:30 to go. But Colorado State with the lead, and they are going to find themselves at 3rd down and 4 from midfield. Chance to go to the national championship, as if Colorado State can go to the national title game, win it, I just find it hard to believe that that's not going to be enough to win the video, as they already got a nice resume to them compared to some of these other teams. And on top of that, how hard it is to win a national championship, especially with how little time we have left in this one, as Georgia's going to get the first down there after getting the football back. 4 minutes to play, 2nd down and 4. Got the completed pass. He's going to have it to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss, and he's got time. He's going to throw. That's going to be caught, and a first down to the 40-yard line of the enemy territory as they're going to go play action. And he's going to roll, he's going to run, he's going to get by 1, not 2, but there he goes down for a loss of 1 on the sack. 3rd down and 5, throwing it deep for the end zone, tipped, incomplete. 4th down and 5, and the long kick for the tie is off the upright, but in. Off the upright, but it doinks in. And we got a tie game with 2 minutes to play. 3rd down and 9 for Colorado State. Georgia has been able to just take down every single team we have gone up against. I mean, Colorado State and Georgia, I think they've played, is this their 3rd playoff matchup? I know it's at least their 2nd. It might be their 3rd, though. They've played against each other a couple of times. Georgia's been beating up on our teams. They got the football back. There's a minute to play at the 44-yard line as they're going to test a shot deep over the head of the receiver. That could have been it. 3rd down and 6, and he's caught it in field goal range, and Georgia can end this one, and it's looking all too familiar. Read option. He's going to get stopped. 3rd down and 2, but there's no time left as they go in a handoff. He's not going to get there. 4th down and 1, but for the win, and it is good. Georgia wins it again. Colorado State goes down, and it's just been Georgia ending the hopes and dreams of our teams in this video, which is unfortunate, but another semifinals appearance. I think we've seen what, Colorado State, that might have been like their 2nd. Arizona's been to the national title twice. They have another semifinals appearance. Arizona State's made a semifinals. Like, majority of half the years, I guess I'd say, we've had a team go to the semifinals. It's just we don't have a national title to their resume, which is, you know, really hard to do, to go to like 6 or 7 semifinals as a cumulative conference and then just get like no national championships out of it. But we'll head into another season. We're winding down here as we'll see who's going to make that good final run. Arizona 12-0, Colorado State 12-0. It looks like those are going to be the two teams that are really going to be pushing each other for the victory here, as I think they've been the best 2 teams so far, and continuing to show that. Both of them looks to be the only teams in the playoffs. I don't think a loss on either side here would knock them out unless it was embarrassing, but it doesn't look like it's going to be embarrassing. It's 23-18. First round bye is certainly on the line, though, as Colorado State with the lead, but Arizona with the football in enemy territory. 4th and 1, they get stopped, and Colorado State has it back. Good field position as they got it at the 47-yard line, but they lose yards there. 3rd down and 5 as they are gonna not go 3 and out. That's a massive play, and threatening to go up by 2 scores. Play action, rolling out, checking it down, and he loses 2 yards. He just ran himself out of bounds. Now the handoff right up the middle. 3rd down and 12. They're going to be content taking the field goal. 6 minutes to play for the 8-point lead. It is good. So 26-18, And now Arizona needing a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Plenty of time to go. 3rd down and 2. Don't want to go 3 and out here, and they're not gonna. Broken tackle as he's gonna get himself a 20-yard gain to the 46-yard line. And now with the handoff right up the middle, that's a 5-yard gain. Now get to 3rd down and 4 as he's gonna throw a deep ball, and it's a double coverage, incomplete. 4th down, they punt it away, and they got to get a stop now. 4 minutes to go, and it's gonna be Colorado State with the 1st down. 39-yard line, clock ticking under 4, and it is going to be a 6-yard run to set up 3rd down and 4, and he's going to break out of 1 sack, break out of 2 sacks, and he doesn't quite get there. 4th and inches. I mean, just for the effort alone, I would have went for it, as now Arizona's going to get the football back, get sacked. 2nd and 17, under 3 to go. That's intercepted, and that might do it. He tried to check it down. Why are you throwing a check down into coverage? Arizona, though, has a wide open man immediately, and I guess it's not done quite yet. Touchdown. No one was even near him, and now the kickoff is going to be back deep. Colorado fielding it at the 1-yard line with the 8-point lead. Going to find a lane. There he goes. 40, 50, and he's going down the sideline to the 31-yard line, and that is going to be a back-breaking play. If they can get a field goal, but they're going to get sacked. You got to get positive yards here. You're going to get positive yards, and you're fighting to get to about the 30-yard line. Field goal basically could end this game if he hits it, and he does. If they did not allow 9 yards on that screenplay, if they force an incomplete pass or whatever, I think that might have been enough to give them a chance with the football in a 1-score game, but that field goal is going to end it. An interception will do it for good. I think I said both teams, I'm pretty confident will make the playoffs, but Colorado State's going to get that 1st round bye and another notch in the conference championship record, as Arizona's going to have to go from the 11 seed against TCU, 12-1 against 12-1, and we'll see who's going to come out on top here as they're going to throw the football into coverage and 2 guys break it up. That's going to be TCU football down by 5 as they're going to throw middle. That's going to be caught in coverage. Just 100 passing yards roughly, but it has been enough to keep them in this game. 3rd down and 2, and he's going to hand it off for the 1st down. And, you know, you can settle for a field goal here. There's still plenty of time, 6 minutes to play, but you want that touchdown. He might have a big gain here as he was maybe able to break away from 1 tackle to go all the way, but he gets brought down for a 12-yard gain. And instead, they're going to be in the red zone. Stop 4th and 1. Going for it. I like the call. And they get the touchdown. Go for it on 4th and 1. You get it all. 2-point conversion is stopped, so Arizona's going to have just a 1-point deficit, but they're still going to have a deficit nonetheless, and with 4.5 minutes to play, this is what Arizona has done so well in this video. Take the football in a close game with 4 to 5 minutes to go, drive down the field, take up all the clock, and then win the game. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, though. TCU not trying to let that happen. It's happened multiple times before. He's going to try to run. I don't think he's got the edge. He doesn't. They're going to have to punt the football away with 3 to go, and TCU avoids that clock-draining offense that just bleeds down the time and gets them that late victory, last-second win, as TCU now is going to try to run out the clock on themselves as 2 minutes to play. 3rd down and 5. Wide open! He is gone! Touchdown! And the thing is, it's still a 1-score game. They just had the 1-point lead. Now it's an 8-point lead, so it's not done yet. Arizona, maybe allowing a touchdown wasn't the worst thing. I mean, maybe you'd prefer that, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be an interception as TCU takes the football back. 3rd down and 5. How about one more for good measure? Touchdown to end it. And despite going 12-0 in the regular season, you were up 17-3 entering the 4th quarter. TCU puts up 29 in the 4th to win it. And that is kind of embarrassing a little bit. But look at that. Again, 12 seed Wisconsin. They win. The 12 seed is like unbeatable in this video. I don't know what's going on here, but Colorado State 13-0, not trying to fall and go one and done just like Arizona did, and they are looking for another semifinals appearance. They got the lead. They got 4 minutes to play, and they got a run that's getting blown up for a loss of 3, 39-yard line as he will throw it, and he's got a lot of time. He's going to go and scramble for it, and he looked like he was a little slow coming out the gates there, but he eventually did get there. 1st down and a handoff. Juke move. Going to get him to the outside for an 8-yard gain. 3:30 to go. Handoff right up the middle. He's going to get stopped, and that's going to be 4th and 1. They're going to be content with the field goal. It's going to be good. 7-point game. Wisconsin with 3 to go. is going to be looking outside on the swing. He's going to have a nice gain of 8. Still a lot of time. Just need a touchdown to tie. And there he goes. That's a big lane. And there he goes with one man chasing him, but he's too fast. And that's going to be a 78-yard run. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They just had a lane and nobody was there in that second level. Now with 2 minutes to go, tie game, and that's going to be Colorado State with the big play. I mean, things are getting crazy. My controller's dying here. This video's been going on a while, I know, as it's going to be a big play into the 25-yard line, 23-yard line. Now as he runs through a man, and he's just winding down the time. 3rd down and 5. No timeouts left for Wisconsin, and he's going to get brought down. And that's going to wind it down to 35 seconds to play for the field goal. Kick is good. And now Wisconsin has just 25 seconds to play as they're going to go outside. They need to get into field goal range, but they're not moving the ball very much. They need to go maybe 35, 40 yards, but they're getting sacked. And now 4th and 12, 10 seconds to play. This is the last chance. It's intercepted, and Colorado State has another chance to go to a national title. Just couldn't get the job done last year. They got another try at it, though. So let's see. With the semifinals approaching, it is going to be SMU, the opponent, 27-21. Flag is down, and we are going to start off with what looks to be a setback for the SMU offense, and it will be a hold. So back them up, and we go to 2nd and 18, where the pressure gets in. That's a sack, and we're going to be backed up to 3rd and 24 as Colorado State brings them down again. And now amazing field position. Chance to take a 2-score lead, and there he goes. Big play on the angle route, and that's going to get him into the red zone. And this is looking great for Colorado State. And it's going to be a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, handing it off. No, it's a read option. He's going to get a lane and get all the way to the 1-yard line. Goal to go for a 2-touchdown game, and it's a touchdown. Colorado State, 2-point conversion is going to be no good, but I don't think they're going to be disappointed at that 12-point lead as SMU needs to do something and something big, as that's going to help them out a little bit. 25 yards as pump fake. He's going to get hit and sacked again. 3 sacks in this game, all in the last 2 drives, as he's going to run around. He gets away. Nice escapability, but still it's going to be 3rd down and 6 as the pressure is getting in at the perfect time. As that ball's tipped, it's caught. Okay, SMU getting some stuff going their way. That's 2 wacky plays back to back, as now they need to get this ball into the end zone. Just 4 minutes to go, 2nd and inches, as they are at the 31-yard line. Throwing it outside, caught. He's going to go and get it to about the 21-yard line. So they're at 3.5 to go, making decent time. Still have all their timeouts. He's running it. He's going to get 9 on the carry. 3rd down and 1. He can run for it again if he wants to. He's going to take a shot. Touchdown! And he gets it in. So 3 minutes to play, all timeouts. Plenty of time for SMU. But when you're allowing 1st down plays like that in 23-yard chunks, that's not going to be a good thing. It still would be a 1-score game with a field goal, but now looking for the game-winning 1st down. He's not going to have it. SMU still has 1 timeout. They get the football back with 1:45 to go. Middle, as that's going to be caught, and there goes SMU for a 31-yarder. And is SMU going to pull this one off and break the hearts of Colorado State again? 4th down and 4, though. Game on the line to go to the national championship. He's got time. He's going to step up. He's got it on the ground. He slides to the 42. 40 seconds to play. Time is running out, and they're going to have a play up the same. And that's going to be caught for another big gain. 26 yards at the 17-yard line. Throwing underneath. He's going to have it, and that's going to be 2nd and inches. Now turn to 3rd and inches. 8-yard line. Back of the end zone. Incomplete. 4th and inches. This is your game. He's got it. Caught. Touchdown. SMU. 2-point conversion is good. 16 seconds for Colorado State. Do you got something crazy in you? He's going to tuck and run it, and he's got room. He's got 20. He's got 25 yards. That's massive. 5 seconds to play, and the game on the line here as he's going to throw a Hail Mary up in the air. It's going to be incomplete. There's a flag down, and there is no way. Pass interference on a Hail Mary. It puts them in field goal range. They're going to kick it, and it's good. That is the craziest bailout you will ever find. A Hail Mary pass interference to put them in field goal range. That is absurd. We're in overtime where Colorado State can't get anything going. It's 3rd and 13. Handoff. They're going to play it safe and they're going to get blown up, and that's going to lead to a field goal try. They should not be here right now. They do not deserve to be here right now, but they are here, and SMU can win it with a touchdown, and that's a great start. 8 yards away from victory for the national title. End zone intercepted. Colorado State's going to the national championship in an improbable fashion, and they are going to give us something very rare in these videos. How about a national championship blowout to guess who? To Georgia. Because of course, dude, I'm sick of this. Georgia, how does Colorado State play Georgia all the time? And Georgia beats them again, and it was a blowout. It was 45-20. They scored a touchdown at the end that you see in there, but very rare in these videos that we get to see a national championship blowout. We've been, you know, kind of lucky when we get to simulate some of these games that we do get a lot of close games in big time situations, but not that time. Unfortunate. Has it been 4? Is it 0-4? Has Colorado State beaten Georgia? It's been so long. I've been recording this for so long, so my memory's off, but it's at least 0-3. At least 3 losses to them. Might be 4. Colorado State's not going to be getting into the playoffs this time around. It's going to be Weber State and Arizona. If Arizona wins, we'll have 2 in the playoffs. If Weber State wins, it'll just be the 1. So we'll see. But it's going to be 23-21. Arizona is going to have a 2-point lead and is going to have Weber State with the football. Play action, throw outside, caught for the first down, as we might not see anyone make it back to the national championship. I mean, we've had 3 appearances. That's... If you would have told me we would have had 3 appearances from these states, I would have said, like, I would have taken the under on that. If the betting line was 2.5, I probably would have taken the under. So the fact that we have 3 appearances and no wins to show for it, kind of disappointing, but also, you know, nice that these teams have made it. You know, pretty cool. Field goal try for Weber State, going to be up and through the uprights good. 24-23 with 5 to play. Why is every quarterback also for Arizona take number 11? I feel like every quarterback Arizona's had has been number 11. I don't think it was Noah Fafita, then it was the next guy, and then this guy. I don't know if I'm just like seeing that wrong, but focusing in more on that action as we have that big play to get them 16 yards into field goal range, 24-yard line with 3.5 to go. This is typical Arizona gameplay right here, but they're going to get sacked. And that's going to end their drive and set up the field goal try, which is good. So Weber State, going to be your turn to see if you can go and get a field goal again, as they're going to start their drive with a big play. 18 yards, and now draw up the middle. He's going to fight ahead for the first down to the 46-yard line. We're going to be at the 2-minute warning after this one. Stepping up, he's going to scramble with it. He's going to run, slide. No, he takes contact. 2-minute warning is hit. 34-yard line. Weber State is going to get a loss of 4. And that's going to be bad. 3rd down and 11 now. You can't really afford to take a sack or anything. And they're going to take a shot that's going to be incomplete in double coverage. Really got away with one there. Field goal try, though, is through the uprights and good. So 3 straight field goal drives. And it's going to be up to Arizona to make it 4 in a row between these 2 teams. And that would be for a game winner with a minute to play. 38-yard line. He's throwing. He's stepping up. He breaks out of a sack, and he's going to get a good yardage. First down and sliding at midfield. Huge play. It would have been a loss like a 3, but he turns it into a 12-yard gain. He doesn't get away that time. Sack, 45 seconds to play. 3rd and 14. He goes down again. Now to 4th and 22. He's going to throw it way short. It's incomplete anyway. And that's going to be a Weber State Conference Championship, meaning Arizona is out, everybody else is out, and Weber State is the only team left. I also skipped through this. I was just going through it so fast, so my mistake. But I will show you that 73 overall wide receiver at Arizona won the Heisman with a 23 touchdown season. So Arizona, I mean, considering no team has won a national championship or anything, a Heisman Trophy counts for a decent amount. We don't get to see many of those. That might be enough. But we'll see what Weber State does in this final season. And again, 12-seed Fresno State. Why is the 12-seed winning every game? And why do we always play them as Weber State with the interception? This has been such a weird video, I feel. It's just been one of the weirder ones. We see Colorado State, Georgia. We see the 12-seed win every game. I don't know what's going on. We see the Donovan Edwards Heisman Trophy. Just everything weird is happening. as we got 5 minutes to play. Weber State is going to have themselves in a 3-point deficit, 3rd down and 10, and needing a big play here, and they're not going to get it. He just missed him. He had a shot at it, but Fresno takes over. That's going to be caught. 2 defenders were there, and somehow that was caught. Now at the 40-yard line, he's going to go with a read option. Got blockers, and he's got the 1st down. Gain of 10 as he's going to drop the throw. This time, he's going to throw an interception. Weber State takes it, and he's going to block. He's got room. He's got lineman to beat, and he is gone. Pick 6. And on the verge of going to that semifinals appearance. And could Weber State in the final year steal it? If they go in the final year and just come out of nowhere and steal a national championship and win the video, how crazy would that be? As with 2:40 to go, he's looking, he's now throwing as he's going to slide ahead for the 1st down. Needing a touchdown though with just about 2 minutes to play. He's got it caught, 2nd and inches, and we'll be at the 2-minute warning as he'll throw screen. It's going to be a 1st down and down to the 27-yard line as they're driving closer. Can they keep him out of the end zone? Out route for the 1st down. And now 10 yards to go. 2nd and 5. He's got another one outside for the 1st to the 4-yard line. And now it's going to be a run. Touchdown Fresno State. And could it be all over for Weber State? He's getting sacked. And now, with little time to play, 2nd and 17, he's getting hit again. It might be all over. Our last chance for something big here. He's got a completed pass, and we're not done yet. Timeout use, that's their last one. And that's going to be a big play. On the run, he's brought down. And now we got to hurry it back up. They're going to kick the field goal, and it is good. We're going to overtime. Weber State was able to pull that out, but now they have to get the job done here. 2nd and 11, handing it off. He's got room. He's got it to the 4-yard line. 3rd and 2, throwing. It's quick. It's open, but he missed it. He missed an open touchdown. They kicked the field goal, but now Fresno State can win it with the score here. Screen, knocking down a player as that offensive lineman as they set up at the 12-yard line for a 1st and 10. Quick pass underneath. He's got into the 1. And for the video to end, it's going to be a Fresno touchdown. And that is going to be game, what is it with the 12 seeds in this video? This was ridiculous as Fresno, I felt like Weber should have had that one, but it's going to be how we end things here. And I can't remember the last time we went a video without a national championship victory. I mean, when you have 10, 15, 20 teams in 15 years to go through, a national championship is, you know, the hope, but nothing here. So we'll get into all the stats, all the info, all the final data, and see who is the winner. There's no national championship to out and out crown someone the victor, so maybe we got to do a little bit of a dive deeper, because there's a lot of teams that had success in this video, just none of them hit that next level and got a championship. So as we start breaking up these teams into tiers, we got tier 6, and I like how the videos have recently given us just one team that is just completely unbelievably horrendous. And to our surprise, it wasn't even one of the FCS teams. Usually it is, but New Mexico State, how about 49 wins in 15 years and not even a single bowl appearance and one player drafted? That's so bad. That is bottom 3 team that we have ever seen in these videos, and we've done like 15 of these by now. So impressive stuff. It's almost like this might be the most impressive feat accomplished in this video. We go to tier 5. These are the teams kind of in the 60 to 70-ish wins. And these are all teams that didn't do much, didn't appear in any conference championships. Oddly for New Mexico, though, 4-0 in bowl games. That's just weird, but cool, I guess. You know, every time they decided to do something, they did it well. 4-0 in bowl games and 2 first-round picks. So definitely the best of the bunch here in tier 5, but you know, bad recruiting classes, especially 125th ranked. Not really much when it came to 4-star prospects. Some teams not even had an All-American. Draft picks, not really much there. So these teams were all, you know, typically when we do these 15 to 20 teams, there's going to be a couple of stinkers like this. And, you know, somebody has got to be at the bottom, and these teams were the ones at the bottom. We go to tier 4, and I feel like there has been this kind of trend that we've also seen in these videos where there's not a lot of like mid. There's either like you're good or you're bad, or you're really above 500 or you're really below 500. Like, this is a big cutoff. Like, tier 4, 83, 84, 83 wins. The next tier jumps all the way up to like 110 wins. Like, it's there's not a lot of teams recently in these videos that have been like straight 500 teams. It's hot and cold stuff. So these teams were the best of the bad teams. So, you know, a lot more bowl appearances, 6, 9, and then 6. So, you know, a third to a half of the seasons they'll make a bowl game. No conference championship appearances, not good in the recruiting, all about 100th in the nation. Couple of guys sent to the NFL, but I mean, these teams all put up pretty similar results and were really nothing to speak about, nothing notable. But then, like I said, we jump all the way up, and this is the tier of, I think if you were making like betting odds, the two favorites in this video I'd say would be Colorado and Utah. These were the two teams that had the biggest head start, you know, high prestige, they were ranked, they were teams that like were legit. And to start off, I mean, these were the two teams that made the conference championship first. In Utah's case, they were in the playoffs competing against Michigan, and like they had some nice recruiting success, but just were not able to do anything as time went on. I mean, Colorado, I mean, I said they were a good hate watch team. 0-4 in conference championships, never even made the playoffs. You know how hard it is to go through a sim of dynasty in 15 years, and Colorado doesn't even touch the playoffs? That doesn't happen very often. So we gotta, like I said, it was a very wacky sim, I felt like, but you know, nothing from Colorado in this video. Utah, on the other hand, they got the 2 conference championships to start, and then the next 13 years, they only made 1 and lost it. They made a playoff appearance and lost it. They didn't even do well in bowl games, 4 and 7. At least Colorado did do well in bowl games, but these were the two teams that they're favorites that disappointed. It takes us to tier 2, where these are the teams that were playoff winners. These teams won a playoff game, these teams won a conference championship, and overall were pretty good, and in some cases were overachievers at times. BYU was definitely the worst of these 3 teams with their brutal playoff outings at times, and they only had a single conference championship victory to these other teams winning 2. But Weaver State won 2, and thought was really impressive. 5 playoff appearances, 2 wins, 7 overall bowl wins. Arizona State had their moments. They made a semifinals, 2 playoff victories, though. They didn't have many appearances, but when they did, they made the most of them. They just weren't able to get that far, as all these teams, 130, 140 wins. You know, in Weaver State's case, not the best in recruiting classes, but they still held up pretty nicely. These are pretty nice tier 2 teams, though, but any one of these teams, if they would have won a national championship, I think would have won the video. I think the resume would have been strong enough to win the video, but they weren't able to. They weren't even able to make it. So they kind of settle here as nice tier 2 teams that were able to make a bowl game, make playoff appearances, win about 9-10 games a year, win their conference sometimes, but it's going to get us to the tier 1 teams, where I think it really came down to 2 teams for the win. Those teams being Arizona and Colorado State. Arizona, I think, you know, putting the stats out there, I think Arizona is the winner, and getting that Heisman Trophy at the near the end was pretty big for them. So I do think they would have won even without the Heisman Trophy. They made 7 conference championships, which was the most. They won 6 playoff games, which was the most. They had the most All-Americans, had the most draft picks, had the best recruiting classes. But Colorado State, head-to-head wise, they went back and forth a bit. They were very close in a lot of categories, like average class, it was separated by 2. All-Americans separated by 1. Conference championships, they had the same amount. 4 and 5 stars separated by 1. They were pretty neck and neck. But the problem is, Colorado State could not beat Georgia to save their lives, made a national championship and got destroyed. Meanwhile, Arizona made 2 national championships. They lost them both, but not as bad as Colorado State did. But again, they made 2, and they had a Heisman Trophy winner, 10 more overall victories, 2 more conference championship appearances. I think Arizona gets the win here. Not as strong as a victory as other areas, other states, obviously with no national championship, but that means I think Arizona is going to be on to that final video where we have 1 group of states to go. It's going to be a big one next episode's a big one, so it's going to be the final grouping of states, and it's like think it's like 6 states or something. It's a lot. It's a big chunk of the country that I haven't gotten to yet. So that's going to be the final one, and then we'll get into the Ultimate State video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know if you agree that Arizona won this one, or who you thought impressed you, who you thought was, you know, the best team in this video, what you're looking forward to in the next one and the Ultimate State video. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all that stuff is very helpful, especially with these videos taking as long as they do. And I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys all in the next one.